Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of TTS tutelage. I am going to be your host today, Grandalf. You can find me at Twitch underscore dot TV. Oh no, sorry, it's Twitch slash dot TV. However it goes, Grandalf underscore TS. I'm streaming erratically. Hopefully, I'll get a game day. I'm trying to do some more competitive stuff. Joining me today is Cora and Syria. Cora, how you doing today?
Oh, good. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Corey's going to be running the Tau, which we're running as a Farsight Enclave again. We have been trying to make sure that we buff up our Tau list, so hopefully this list has a little bit more punch to it and is a little bit stronger. Hopefully, that's our plan. That's our goal this time around. And then on the other side here, we have Dev Korps. So originally it was going to be Necrons. We're actually switching that up. We needed to switch to Dev Korps because the player had to cancel at the last minute there. So hoping the Dev Corps list is going to be good. It's going to be piloted by Syria. How you doing, Syria?
Hey, you will. Hello. My army will kill all Xenos.
Hopefully it will. I'm hoping it's going to be good. I think we just lost... Oh, Syria. We lost you. Syria, you're probably going to have to rejoin.
But,
It'll happen. Especially when, like, I'm East Coast US, so you guys are probably... I'm guessing one of you's UK. Syria, I don't know where you're at, but I'm guessing you're a little bit more to the east than I am. So we'll just let you rejoin, and then we'll walk through the different tools. Sorry for the delay, everyone. There was kind of a last-minute change on our players.
Like, a room,
Yes.
it doesn't exist.
You might have to do a refresh or a exit and rejoin. If not, I may need to remake it. We'll find out. DTS could be a little bit finicky. Yeah, sorry everyone that we're a little bit late. There was a last minute change, and I had to try to put together a list in like 10 minutes. So that's why I'm also hoping the Krieg's list has a little bit more punch. I didn't want to only spam Death Riders because I know they could be pretty good. So we'll see.
Why can I find?
Still not popping up. Let's see. Core, do me a favor. Can you jump out and try the rejoin and see if it's on there or if I need to remake it?
Yep, sure thing.
Yeah.
Because that does happen.
It doesn't work.
Let's start
Room
the password again.
exist.
It is. Well, I will type that in Discord so not everyone hears it.
Yeah. So I just rejoined.
Okay. I might still need to remake it, so I'll just do it just in case.
Sure.
Happening now. Panic all the time. Alright. Let's see. I will go to my menu, main menu, back. Great. Multiplayer. Great. And then go back. And hopefully you both should be able to join now.
Connecting. Connecting.
What does it say under when you create? You can rename it. You can change the name. So if you right click and go to save object, it'll give you this list, and it usually has the base name of whatever the object already is. When you hover an entire army and right click and save object, it'll pick one model name, so you can just delete it out and rename it to what you want. Usually what I do, I'll just
No mercy, no respite!
Thank you for following. I'll show you a little bit behind the scenes. This is my, I don't know what you guys can see right now. This is my saved objects. I have folders for all the different models, and then I have an armies folder for the different armies I play. Clearly I play all the army, all.
No mercy, no respite!
But that's the quickest way to do the armies. Thank you for following. Isn't it a beauty? We appreciate it. Any luck, Syria?
Oh, time out. Please.
You're fine. It happens. We'll get there.
Oh,
there he is.
Anyone,
Awesome.
anyone.
Perfect. All right. So today we're doing something a little different. We're not going to go through all the different secondaries. We're just going to do Slay the Warlord for both players. It just gives a little bit of a goal and makes it a little bit easier to track. There's these new beautiful overlays. So thank you, Malice, for making those. I need to now go bring back my dice screen. And hopefully I don't crash while we're doing this, because it's the first time I've run the new overlay and it takes quite a bit of CPU space or CPU usage. So we'll see how that goes. You guys are seeing all the behind the scenes stuff today. As a 5th grade teacher, this is pretty much how it goes every time. You just panic. You just panic and try to make things work. That's how teaching is. Any other teacher tells you differently, they're lying. So, we have Tau. We have the Far Side Enclave. So, what I will do first is tell you guys your tools. So, the first thing, as I was saying earlier, number pad 1. If you hover over unit and click number pad 1 while you're over that unit, it'll bring up the data sheet. It'll tell you their abilities. It'll describe what those abilities do. It'll tell you your keywords at the top. And then as you scroll down, it'll give you your unit profile. So it tells you your movement, your weapon skill, your ballistic skill, strength, toughness, all that. All that information. The colors at the bottom are for helping you mark different squads. So if I mark this guard squad on the right here and I marked it red, it will make them all red, so you know that's all connected to one squad. And what's really nice is there's this feature called coherency in 40k, and if you're out of it, models die. So it's really important to make sure you keep it in coherency by the end of the morale phase. If you remove a model from coherency, it'll lose its highlight, so you'll know how far or how close you need to be to make sure models are still in coherency. It's just a nice little easy housekeeping thing that you don't have to do. So that's the first tool. The next one, if you just want to hover over a whole, like grab a whole squad and then hold left click. If you press 1, 2, 3, or 4,
Cool.
Excellent. Sorry, the subscription just happened, and that subscription noise is so loud it surprises me every time. Sorry. Sometimes I'll stop talking mid-sentence. Thank you for resubbing, and that's because I cannot hear anything. So 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll just reorient them. The main use you're going to have for that's deployment. You don't want to do that in the middle of a game because that would count as movement, and then it doesn't actually measure it for you. The next thing you're going to do is highlight your whole army. Highlight the whole thing, and then you're going to right-click it, and then you're going to go to Toggles. And then under Toggles, you'll see something called Measure Movement. You want to click Measure Movement and make sure it's checked. Once you've done that and you pick up a model, or all your models, it'll just automatically measure for you. So you don't have to worry about holding tab, which is what you would normally do when you're measuring movement. It should, just to double check, make sure that your ruler feature is set to 2D, not 3D. It's on the left side there. And on the left side, you have your different tools. It's under the line tool. Under the line, you should have a 2D or 3D. You want it set for 2D.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason you're having that, and sorry guys, I'm bringing up my user interface to hide the top part. The only reason you want that is just because when you pick it up, it actually picks them up about an inch off the ground. So you don't want to lose that inch of movement. 40k is a game of inches. So losing that can be big. Also make sure your ruler is set for inches. That's another feature too.
I don't like inches.
How do you do that? Sorry.
So
units grid. I see. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, it's under units, and it has grid, and it has metric, and then inches. Just make sure it's under inches. Again, I don't know what. I think the grid is just based on inches, but you know, just in case. All right. So that's pretty much most of the tools you're going to be using. There's a few more. There's the drawing tool. You'll use that a little bit when you're fighting armies. Actually, Guard's a good example. When you're trying to tally up some points for secondaries, or you're trying to make, like, this is what I've killed. There's one secondary that's based on every time a model dies, based on how many wounds it has. You tally those wounds, and every time you hit 10 wounds, you get a victory point. So that's mostly what the drawing tool's for. Some people will do it just to mark what quadrants they do some secondaries are, and sometimes you'll use it for deep strikes, kind of like putting a line where you can do deep strikes. But there's a nice little handy tool in addition, which I totally forgot about. That's from Battlescribe to TTS, which I showed you guys earlier. Oh, excuse me, sorry. So if you go over your commander, commanders in Crisis Suits, they have commanders in general for Tau have a special rule, which is Mont Ka or Kao Yun. It's a once a game, once per battle ability. You can use either one once per battle. And basically what it does is rerolls or allows you to fall back. If you press 4, you'll start getting this ring around your base. That just shows you the distance, or you can measure the distance out around a certain model. That helps with deep strikes too. It also helps you keep track of your aura range. So let's say you had I think Montka or Gallion, I always forget. Your range of your aura is 6 inches when you declare Montka or Gallion. So you could keep it at a 6-inch range, and that gives you an idea of where you need to place your models. And keep your models so you stay within that aura range. For you, Syria, you are playing Guard, so you have your orders. So your orders also have a limited range, so you can kind of do the same thing. You can have your aura on your central figure. It gives you an idea of the range that you need to keep them within that bubble. Oh, now we lost Cora. Alright, he'll be back. If you press, this might be a TTS issue today. If you press 5.
5.
So,
Hello?
There he is. Hi, Cora. We lost you a sec. Can you hear us? I don't know if you can hear us. So, if you look over the commander, just show you, pressing 5 reduces the aura. Pressing 4 increases it. Just a nice little handy feature there, too.
Hello?
Can you hear us, Cora?
Yeah.
All
Sorry,
right,
I don't know.
It happens. I get you. It's one of those days, apparently.
Yeah.
So 4 will increase that aura range. 5 will decrease the aura range. So it just makes it go away, so you don't have to look at it anymore. If you want to make pretty screenshots or not have to worry about seeing it. 2 and 3 will control the wound markers. So if you notice next to your martial, Syria, it says 4 out of 4. That's your wound total.
Yep.
If you press 2, it'll reduce your wounds. If you press 3, number pad 3, number pad 2, it'll just increase and decrease. I'm sorry, this is all of the number pad too if you're having trouble with it.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So, another little handler feature just helps you keep track of your wounds without having to directly change it. If you are having trouble with it, if you right-click the model, you can actually just edit that text and scroll down. It's a little bit of a pain to do it that way, but it's another way to change the wound count if you're having trouble with that.
What was the wound count thing, sorry?
2 and 3, number pad 2 and 3. So
2
your
and
guy,
3.
your guys
Sweet.
was a little bit less than was supposed to be, so good. And that's the main tools you're going to be using today. There's not really anything else on there. So we're just going to talk about your armies real quick and what they do. This is kind of the format of 40k. Is the first thing you do is really talk. Well, usually you declare what your mission is going to be, and then you talk about your armies. We're playing a GT mission, I think. Yeah, GT from the 2020 pack, which is number 32, Show of Force, which is most of the missions in 40k. If you look at the table real quick, all they really determine is how many things you need to hold, and sometimes they have special secondaries, and where your objective markers go and where your deployments goes. So if you are doing a different mission, the only real changes are where you're going to deploy and how many objective markers and where the objective markers go. Everything else is pretty standard. Every other primary is based on that concept of hold 1 primary objective, hold 2 primary objectives, and hold more primary objectives than your opponent. So that keeps it nice and simple, so you know different missions you're going into. You still kind of have the same base goal for your primary mission.
Yep.
So Then we talked about your list. So right now we have Tau on our left side here. So core, this is what you're going to be running. You're running Farsight Enclaves. Farsight Enclaves get a benefit to unit shooting at units that are within a certain range. I think it's 6 inches, and they reroll wounds against those units within 6 inches. Reroll wound rolls of 1, I should say. Very important. You're running a patrol, which is a type of detachment. We're both running patrols. At this low point bracket, you're probably always going to run a patrol. But basically, for detachments, they just determine what you're going to be able to take and what's going in your list. So, you've got a commander. He's your warlord. With him are 2 shield drones. If you don't know a lot about Tau yet, shield drones actually come independent units once you're deployed. So the shield drones together are a unit, but they don't have to just follow around the commander. However, you probably always want them following your commander. They'll tell you why.
Sure.
So you're rocking 2 cyclic ion blasters, a missile pod. You have crosslink stabilizer jets. So crosslink stabilizer jets is like a relic, basically. What it does is you reroll hit rolls and wound rolls of 1 for your warlord in shooting. So you have a little bit of consistency with him. He also has some missile pods. So 1 missile pod, 2 cyclic ion blasters, and the shield generator. The shield generator gives you a 4-up invulnerable save. The way invulnerable saves work, what makes them different is they can't change unless something specifically says they change. So you have your base save, which you can see on your unit, which is at 3-up, and then you have a 4-up invulnerable save. That just keeps you safe from those really strong, hard-hitting weapons, or very high AP weapons, which you really kind of want to keep your character safe. So it just helps you stay around a little bit longer.
Cool.
Shield drones, the way they work is they can take hits for your anything. You probably only want them to take hits for your commander and your back suits there. So the way it works is, let's say he shoots at you these rapier laser destroyers. He gets a hit off and a wound off, and you don't want to take the wound on your commander, because if there's a big risk with that gun that it could just instantly kill your commander, you can decide your shield drone's going to take it on a 2-up. And so you roll a d6. If it rolls a 2, your shield drone takes it. And then on a 5-up, it just totally ignores the damage and your shield drone's fine. If you don't roll a 5-up, then your shield drone just blows up. So they're literally just jumping away at the bullets for you.
Is there like a range they need to be within?
Yes. So in order for them to do that, I believe there's a 3-inch range. I think it says on the shield drones, you might just have to click on them.
I keep getting the commander.
It ends up being the same unit profile. No, it doesn't say on there. I will double check, but I'm pretty sure it's 3 inches.
Okay.
Then you have 2 Fire Warrior squads with Breacher. They're 2 Fire Warrior Breacher teams, which basically are the shotgun profiles. You can only choose one of those different profiles, and basically they just shoot better the closer they are. So it kind of mixes with that Farsight part, and just making you better at shooting as close to you. Just keep in mind, Fire Warriors, very easy to kill, so you want to be careful of them. Then you have your heavy hitting units here. These are the crisis suits. They all have missile pods, 2 missile pods each, and airburst fragmentation projectors, which are basically like mortars. So the missile pods need line of sight. The airburst fragmentation projectors do not need line of sight, so they can shoot anything on the board as long as they're close enough, which it gives you a little bit of horde clear, because they're D6 shots. They have blast, which means they're at a minimum amount of shots or maximum shots, depending on how many models are in a unit. And then they ignore light cover. So even if he's like hiding in a ruin and we get light cover, which would be +1 to a save, they ignore that save, so you can't get light cover against them. Just really good kind of ways to push people out of objectives. Then we have our Dev Corps. That's pretty much Tau list. There's not much else going on. Broadside, the crisis suits are pretty punchy, but fairly expensive, and they are pretty survivable too.
Yeah. What's the far sight enclave rule? Is that attached to a specific unit, or is that like an army thing?
That's an army rule, so all your guys get that reroll 1s to wound as long as we're within 6 inches for the whole army.
Okay.
So it's a unit by unit basis though, so it's not like one unit's in 6 inches, so my whole army gets it.
Yep.
It's any unit has to be 6 inches of something it's shooting at. Your warlord trait is through Unity Devastation. What that basically is, or it should have been through Unity Devastation. What that pretty much is you pick a target once per game, and all your guns on the roll of a 6 to wound have more AP against that target. It just kind of helps you clear a target a little bit easier.
Sure.
For the Death Corps Krieg, I have to go look at what your thing is again. You have a lot going on. You feel combat attrition, so you ignore combat attrition modifiers. So basically what that means, you take morale, and if you fail morale, you take combat attrition, which what happens is you roll a dice. So one guy flees if you fail morale, and then you roll a dice for each guy left in the unit, and on the one, more guys leave, basically. What happens when you're at under half strength to the original unit, so let's say these guard squads go down to 4 models left, then you would have to do 2s and 1s guys flee. But because that's a modifier, you never have to worry about the 2 and 1s. You're only ever going to flee on 1s. The other thing for the Death Corps of Krieg is you can basically shoot or fight on a 4+ when a model is destroyed. So if you kill a model or a model dies on the 4-up, they have a chance to shoot. So it gives you a little bit of chance for them to still do something even though they died that turn. Just gives you a little bit of more use out of your models even if they die earlier than you want to. It's a pretty strong ability. And then that's pretty much it there. In your list, you got the guardsmen, pretty base out. Two guardsmen squads, pretty much as you get them. Both your sergeants have plasma pistols, though, if you want to risk that life. If you don't know about the rule for plasma, you could decide to overcharge. If you do decide to overcharge, then you can use the better profile, but on a roll of a 1, your guy just blows up. That's kind of the risk of plasma. Cora, you have something similar, the cyclic ion blasters. Any rolls of a 1, if you decide to go for the overcharge profile, do a mortal wound, so they just harm you every time you basically roll a 1. So,
okay.
Risk reward system, but because you're rerolling ones and there's a way for the guardsmen to reroll ones, it kind of evens out.
Yep.
You're being led by a Death Corps Marshal. He has got the Blade of Conquest, just making them a little bit more punchier in combat for fun, because the other relics are more for CP farming and stuff. You could do orders with him, so this is the guy who's going to do your orders, which is, there's a bunch of different orders. Move and move is like move again. There's a way to double your rapid fire shots, which I always forget. I'm actually going to have to bring up all of your orders. Basically, orders are just like a buff to a unit. So while other armies get auras that are around them that are kind of constant buffs, you kind of pick and choose what units get those buffs and have that benefit for that turn. You got 2 separate units of armored sentinels. Just some guys that are fast. They can be a little bit tanky for you. They have some multi-lasers. Which are okay. They're pretty good at clearing some chaff, clearing some fire warriors, and they're not too terrible in combat. And then you have 2 rapier laser destroyers. Very good guns, very strong. So this is the big threat for you, Cora, is these are vehicles, so they don't suffer the heavy movement penalty for heavy weapons. Different weapon types can have a penalty or not. They are strength 10, which means they wound anything that is toughness 5 or lower on 2s, anything under 9 on 3s, so they're wounding pretty easily. AP 4, and then they do D3 plus 3 damage. What that basically means is it's always going to be a minimum of 3 damage, and then you roll a D3, and you add that to the 3. So they can do 6 damage fairly easily, 5 or 4 damage consistently. So pretty scary unit. So you got 2 rapier laser destroyers, and then you have some Death Riders, Death Corps Death Riders. These guys are awesome. They have a 5-up field no pain, which means they have their save. So you can take your save first, and then on a 5-up, you ignore any damage that might get through. So let's say he hits you with a bunch of fire warriors, let's say they fail like 4 saves, and they're 1 damage each, you get to then roll 4 dice, and on a 5 up, you just don't take that damage. So they're really tanky, surprisingly tanky for guard units that also are pretty killing in combat. So what they do is they have additional strength with their lances when they charge, and so they can clear chaff a little bit. They can tie things up in combat, and they move pretty fast, so they can get objectives for you pretty quick. So this is kind of your forward unit that really help you kind of take objectives or tie things up where you need them to be tied up. Whew! Those are our lists. Any questions?
I think so.
Infantry and biker units, isn't it? As well as... I think that's it. I think vehicles and monsters are the only thing that I ignore. Alright, cool. So those are our lists. We go up to our secondaries. Because I was saying earlier, these games have been usually over by turn 3 or 4. So I just gave you both Slay the Warlord. So your secondary goal is to make sure their Warlord character dies. So, Corey, you want to somehow kill that Death Corps Marshal, and Syria, you want to somehow kill that commander. Those are your goals, is to try to kill those. If you do that, that gives you an extra 6 victory points. Everything else is scored at the beginning of battle round 2, and it's based on how many objectives you hold. So you want to try to hold 1, hold 2, and hold more than your opponent. So thinking about targeting wise, you want to figure out about ways you can kind of take out your opponent. So now we have our lovely little dice pad. These are 2 people who are just randomly selected. So if you're interested in joining, there is a place on the Discord in the 40k TTS Discord under 40k TTS Tutelage, and if you want to sign up, there's a way to sign up there. So one of you guys is red, so I'm going to go to our lovely dice roller here. So what's nice is these just determine how many dice you'll get. So if you click one, it'll spawn the dice for you. These different colors here will change the dice color for you. So one of you guys is red today, one of you guys is blue. Helps keep track of it, makes it easy. Then if you just want to, if you drag it into this box, it'll roll automatically for you. Just makes it very easy. So the very first thing you do is roll to determine who's going to deploy first. Yes, I am on the Discord, unless you were asking someone else, Darkus. Sorry. So yeah, you roll, and whoever rolls highest gets to determine who deploys first or second. In a real 40k match, you would actually, I mean, the rules state you set up the terrain. Most people just do like standardized terrain now. So the person who deploys second would usually get to deploy what deployment zone they want. However, it doesn't really matter on TTS. Most of the sorry, I'm just moving arms here. Most of the deployment zones are standardized, so you don't really have to worry about that too much. So most people just worry about who goes first, who goes second. So go ahead.
Okay.
Cora, you're red. Syria, you're
Yep.
blue. And go ahead and roll. See who deploys first.
Roll. What?
Close.
That's
Okay.
all. Cora got a 1.
I've got 2. So
Alright, so you get to decide. There is almost no reason to deploy first. I'm going to say that. There used to be a reason to deploy first. There is no reason in 9th edition to deploy first, so you probably want to deploy second, unless you're really trying to do some mind games with your opponent. So, are you going to deploy first or second, Syria?
second. You go first.
So, Cora, things to think about in your deployment is some of these terrain rules. So if you hover over like the different terrain pieces, they'll tell you what rules they're under. So we'll just go through
yeah.
those real quick. Scalable just means infantry can climb it. Pretty simple. Breachable means infantry can go through it. So even though it's like you see solid brick walls, infantry can still go through it. Okay. Only infantry though. So monsters, vehicles, other things can't go through it.
Is it only certain parts, or is it the whole
thing? Whole
Okay.
thing. So usually it's determined by the bases. So if you look inside the runes, you'll notice that there's like a little square marking where they end.
Yep.
So that's usually what we do to keep track of when you're getting the benefit of cover or not. Which brings us to light cover. Light cover gives you +1 to your save if you're in the terrain or touching the terrain. Touching could literally just mean like you have your base against the wall. So if I like take your fire warrior and he's like literally up against the wall, you technically have light cover. Seems silly, but it's a thing.
Even if they're shooting from the side that's not cover, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah, it's a little silly. Then the big one that you're gonna hear people talk about a lot is obscuring. So I'm gonna talk about that one first. So the way obscuring works is that it creates the terrain piece becomes line of sight blocking even if it has holes in it. So let's say you have a fire warrior here and he has a guardsman here. Because this is obscuring terrain, you couldn't shoot the fire warrior. Because even though there's that hole there, the obscuring means you can't see past or beyond the ruin. Obscuring isn't a thing when you're in the terrain. So now that he's in the terrain or touching the terrain or anything, you can see the fire warrior. But you can only see the fire warrior, and this is where true line of sight comes into play, because he can actually see the fire warrior. If he had the fire warrior here, even though he's in the ruins, and you had the guardsman here, you can't see the fire warrior because that's still a brick wall. So even though he's in the terrain and technically obscuring's off, now true line of sight's in play. The models can't see each other, so you can't shoot that model at the fire warrior. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yep.
Okay, so the breaching rules would mean that like if he could move in there, he still could move through the wall, right?
Exactly. He could just walk through the wall. Yeah.
Even if it's not line of sight, like there's no hole in it, you can
Yes.
still walk through.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Everyone just becomes Kool-Aid Man. That's
Yeah.
that's basically
Sure.
what breachable means.
Okay.
Now, if a hole's big enough, a monster could walk through it. So, like, if you had, actually, this might work. Like, because this hole here is big enough for the base and everything of this crisis suit. Crisis suit could actually walk through that hole. He just couldn't walk through this wall.
Yep. Got it.
Alrighty. So those are things to think about. The other one is defensible. And this is where I bring up my rules because I always forget. Oh, wrong thing. Sorry, guys. Defensible has something to do with melee. Defensible. Basically, you could decide if you want to hold steady or set to defend if something has defensible. If you say hold steady, then when you declare Overwatch, which means you get to fire at a unit that's charging you, it does cost a CP to do it though, except for Tau. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Ah, neat.
Then you Overwatch on 5s. So instead of you usually for Overwatch you get a free shooting essentially, but you only hit on 6s. If you decide to hold steady, you Overwatch on 5s. Set to defend means you can't Overwatch, but you get +1 to hit in combat. So if someone charges you, you can decide between those two and decide which one you want to go for. Another one on here is difficult ground. So if you look at the forest in the center as difficult ground, what that does is -2 inches to your movement if you try to enter or leave the terrain. So anytime you move across the terrain, essentially, you have -2 to your movement if it has difficult ground. There are things that ignore this. Fly ignores this, and anything that says it ignores terrain rules would ignore this.
Yep.
Dense cover is a -1 to hit. So kind of like obscuring. If you had a fire warrior here, guardsman here, because they're shooting across the dense cover, you'd be at a -1 to hit. So you suffer penalties shooting through it. Think of it like, oh, there's a lot of trees in the way, so I have a hard time aiming, type of thing. And then, is there anything else that's on here? Unstable position just basically means you can't put the model on it. So you're going to be like, yeah, my guy's going to sit on top of this wall. Unstable position just says, no, you can't do that. And I think that is all the ones on here. So, reason why that's important is when you deploy, you really want to think about what terrain rules you have and the way to protect your guys. So when you deploy as a whole unit. So a single unit deploys all together. So you would deploy all your 5 fire warriors together, or all your crisis suits together, or all your shield drones. Your shield drone with your commander. So you have to decide what you want to deploy first and where it's going.
Okay. And so how close do you have to be to these objective markers to like gain them?
Great question. So you only have to be 3 inches of the edge. I think if you select 2 on them, so if you hover over them and press 1 or 2, it actually shows you what the 3-inch sphere is. So it gives you an idea of how far you can be, and shows you that kind of.
One on the keyboard, one on the numpad.
This is going to be on the normal keyboard side.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, yeah. Sweet. Okay.
So deployment zone is behind this green line now. So all your guys will get deployed behind this green line.
So on my green side.
Yeah. Oh, we could have you on red side. I guess it should be blue technically. I don't know why it's green. So sure, you're gonna be on the red side, and then we'll have Siri on the green side there.
Okay, cool. So I think I want.
This so excited.
So I think I'll take my fire warriors and place them in here. Is there a way to rotate? R, isn't it? R,
Q and E. Q and E.
Yeah. Oops.
And usually for deployment, people like. There's no like. It's not like chess where like you lift your hand off the model and it's like, oh, you're done.
Yeah.
Usually you just say declare like that's where I want them, and then you can't move them anymore.
Oh, sorry. What was the key for ranks again? 2.
1, 2, 3. 1, you have the whole squad highlighted and picked up.
On the keyboard, like normal keyboard, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and you need to make sure you're holding them with left click.
Sweet. Okay.
And if you want to turn the whole squad around, you do Q and E. And if you pick, so that'll rotate them on their bases. If you pick them up and then do Q and E, it'll actually rotate the squad around the center point.
Sweet. Yep. Okay. So now it moves over to Syria, right?
Yeah, so you've deployed 1, so now it would be Syria's turn.
I will deploy these sentinels here.
Sentinels, I think, have a special role. I can't remember what that is for that deployment. Maybe not. Okay, I thought they had like a special scout move or something. Someone in chat who knows guard better could tell me. Hi, awesome. Yeah. So now it's your turn, Cora.
Okay. So I think I will put my crisis suit.
So another thing to think about is the character rule, which is pretty important. So the way character rule works is you cannot target a character that is 9 wounds or under if it is within 3 inches of a unit with 3 or more models in it, or within 3 inches of a unit that is a vehicle or a monster. So
my character is my commander in a crisis suit, right?
Yes, he would be considered a character. The things that are characters usually have that as a keyword. So if you press 1 and look at your keywords, it'll tell you if something has character or not.
Yep. Okay.
And the name of that rule is Lookout, sir.
Cool.
Oh, thank you.
It's fly too. Okay, sweet. I didn't realize there was a fly.
Oh, the crisis suits have fly. They might.
Sorry, the commander has fly.
Oh, yeah.
Is there an easier way to select a squad without selecting this? Let me just move them.
So a big thing to think about is you got a lot less models, and they're not too tough. So you really want to think about ways to kind of protect your units. And so I don't want to say you want to castle up, but basically you kind of do want to castle up. What castling is you pretty much are going to clump your models as close together as possible.
Yeah.
You do have to sacrifice a side doing that, but in like 500-point games, that's pretty inevitable anyway.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how Tau plays. Is there, unfortunately, right now a lot of castles, which doesn't work great in 9th, which is kind of why they're not doing as good as realistically they probably should be, because a lot of the way they play is kind of a castling method of trying to like, all my buffs are going to be around this character I don't have a way to extend that. I only can do it once per turn, so I gotta have to put everyone close together.
Yep. Okay. I think I'm good with that.
Okay.
Yep.
So Siri, your turn. Siri, you kind of have like your guys are cheap, so you have a little bit of leeway on like where you. As guard is, you have a lot of things that you can just throw and just be like, yeah, that's gonna die, and they did their job.
But that's pretty sad. I don't want to lose them.
Yes, but it's
Okay, I'm
okay.
done.
You're Krieg though, so they love it. They're having the best time.
Right.
So this may be a point where you want to. So things to think about in deployment is where your opponent's deploying to, and you've got these fairly beefy guns, but you don't know quite sure where he's going to put his beefy guns. So you either can kind of put them out of line of sight and kind of hide them, and then you don't move very fast, so it might be a bit difficult to get them where you want to be. Your crisis suits. However, you can also just say, I know where my commander is going to go. He can move pretty fast because of the fly. Actually, crisis suits are faster than I thought they were. But, yeah, because your commander can fly, the way fly works is it basically ignores that terrain's there. So he could just fly over terrain. So he's not going to worry about the walls. He's not going to worry about scaling up things because he can just go right over it.
But he's still covered, right? If I place, for example, like the commander here,
yes,
he's still like in cover.
He'd still be safe because it's behind the ruin wall, unless he has something here that gets a line of sight that can shoot at you, type of thing.
Okay, so if something is here, so I don't know if you can see my hand, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So if there's like a rapier here, it can shoot me if I'm.
As long as he
behind
can
this wall?
draw a line of sight, yes. The way those don't have obscuring. Obscuring basically goes like straight up. It doesn't go side to side. So these don't even have obscuring. So if he had like something on the other side, your guy isn't that tall. But if he had something, your head poked out, then he could technically shoot over the wall into your head. If that was the case. But yeah, everything in 40k is true line of sight. As long as some piece of a model can see another piece of a model, as long as it has range, it can shoot at that model.
Okay. And my crisis suits deploy as a unit, right?
Yes, they're one big unit. Another thing to think about, coherency is 2 inches, so you don't have to have them like right next to each other. You can spread them out a little bit, but they need to keep that 2 inches the whole game. The way to flip them back over is F. And then if you want to do it individual, yeah, there you go. Fuzzy, if the only way to get the circle thing to work is if you're using Battlescribe to TTS. If you don't have your model set up through Battlescribe to TTS, it doesn't work. But once you do have Battlescribe to TTS set up, it's just 4 and 5 on your number pad.
So the drones don't count as the unit when we start the game, right? So it's the crisis suits that have to be in coherency, not like if the drones like.
As
So
soon
if they were
as,
seen by a drone,
mercy,
like
no
that's out of coherency
respite.
now, right?
yes, as soon as the game starts, they don't have to be in coherency. So really, it's just making sure your broadsides are. The drones do have to be in coherency with each other, though. So they need to make sure they're in 2 inches.
Sure. Okay.
What's really silly is that technically, to take the bullets for you, the drones can be behind that wall, and your guys can be right next to the wall. So he couldn't shoot at the drones, and he'd have to shoot at your guys.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Other thing to think about is you just make sure that your bases are fully on the table.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, that would work.
One sec. Still moving around a little.
And the drones actually move pretty fast, and they also have fly, so they're a little bit they don't really shoot, so there's no trouble advancing them to get them where you need them to be. And don't forget you have those 18-inch no line of sight guns too.
Of course, yes. Let me just measure how far that is actually.
18.
Where's my
Line tool? I actually need to turn mine back on the snap. There you go.
18. That's pretty good. Okay.
Depending where you move to, it can give you some pretty good range.
So I might move them here then. And these start counting. These objective markers start counting from round 2, right?
Round 2, so you don't necessarily need to start on them round 1. In fact, it's probably better not to, just to kind of keep yourself hidden.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. I guess I'm done.
Those fly too. Weird. Okay. Alright, so yeah, Siri, it's now your deployment, wherever you want to put them.
Done.
Awesome. And you got one model left, so it's or one unit left, so wherever you want to put them.
Use and focus.
Alrighty. You probably want him a little bit further back because he is your warlord. This is the guy, and he puts out a lot of damage, so this is kind of really one of your more important units. So you really want him to be safer than anything else.
Okay.
So it is closest model, or yeah, closest model for lookout, sir. So if you had him like here, he'd still be safe because of those fire warriors, because those would still be the closest model.
Okay.
But I would still probably have him a little bit further back just in case something goes horribly wrong.
Right. Okay.
It shouldn't, but it can happen.
And I'd probably want him in cover, right? Like actually, like in the.
Yes, having cover. Trying to think about ways to make sure you keep having cover is important.
Okay.
Although I don't know how battlesuits in cover work out, so I'd have to look that up.
Okay, I think I've pitted myself into a corner here, but yeah, I'll do that.
That's not necessarily a bad thing again, because with your army, that's just kind of how it works.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, and since he has nothing left to deploy, Siri, you can just deploy the rest of your stuff.
Here. And
So, Siri, you kind of know where all his stuff is, so now you just want to think about ways you can get line of sight, or to stay out of line of sight in case he gets first turn, because you don't want to lose your kind of big guns quickly, but with enough movement that you can get into line of sight and kind of do some damage. I didn't get to say it, but thank you for following Jarhead. We much appreciate it.
The litany of deployment has been made, brother.
Thank you for following Vivimanalai. Alright, sorry. I could say thank you for following, man. That's what we're going for.
So that thing can just fire full screen, I guess.
He's got crazy range with that thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, it is ballistic skill 4, so it's not like an immediate death knell, but you do need to be worried about it.
Yeah.
And just keep in mind, too, because this thing's not obscuring, those holes of the wall don't block line of sight, so that you can shoot through those holes on the wall.
Yeah.
done.
Alright. Okay, so the next thing you do is roll off to decide who's going first.
Right.
So again, the way this works is it's whoever rolls highest. Okay, so that's... So,
Okay.
it's Guard are going first.
I'm gonna.
So, you're a blue player, so you come up to the top here. And you're going to click the red player first buttons. You're just going to switch that over to blue. So, we'll just switch that to blue. And then you're going to click start game, and I'll just begin the game. So, command phase. Your orders are weird. Because I believe the way orders work in Guard is they're actually in the movement phase. So, command phase for both of you guys is basically just going to be where you score your objectives. And... oh, no, yours is at the start of your shooting phase. So, yeah, basically, your command phase is when you're going to score objectives. Because you can't score in the first turn, nothing really happens. However, you both get command points. For both your lists, you both start at a base of 3. So, Siri, you're going to go up to 4. Because you start at 3, gain 1, go to 4.
Okay. Then movement.
Dark King, it's 4 and 5 keys. So, movement. For movement phase, this is the next phase. So, you just click the button up here. It'll go to your movement phase. I can't actually click it at this point, so you have to click it. Perfect.
Okay.
go to your movement phase. It's really just to help you keep track. Some people lose track of that, and you don't usually have to use it. It's just a nice little thing. So movement, the way it works is you just follow what the M is on your movement. And then if you want your guys to go a little bit faster, let's say you're planning to try to charge next turn or you really want to put the pressure on, you can do an advance move. If you do an advance move, you cannot shoot unless you have an assault weapon. And you cannot charge unless you have a rule that says you can charge. So you need to kind of think about how you want to do it. Now, for that guy, you're going to think about you need to move down first and then around. Because you're trying to get a... yeah, so you would either need to go straight down and then, like, up, and that would cost some movement. Or just go, like, diagonal, sit there, and you'll be fine. Yeah, and then you could also do that. Just go down there, 2 inches, move forward. The way yes.
Yeah. These two guys will advance.
Okay, so to do an advance, all you need to do is roll d6, and then you add that to your movement characteristic. So you go back to the dice board there, roll a d6, and whatever you roll is how many more inches you move.
But first, move them.
And then typically what you want to do is do all your movement at the same time with any unit, just to complete that movement. I actually don't know if it's rules. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's required to do all your movement with one unit. Then I gotta figure out when, because I thought orders were in the... I thought your orders were done in the movement phase, because you have a special order called Move, which lets you get a little bit extra movement. But maybe Def Corps works a little bit differently. Or maybe you do that in your shooting phase, I don't know. Move. Oh no, you can decide to do an extra movement instead of shooting. That's what it is.
Here. Advanced roll.
Thanks, Zane. Yeah, that sounds good. So you just get a dice. It's just 1d6, not 2.
Oh, okay.
So you can move an extra 2 inches with your warlord then. I'm sorry, with your riders. So this is where we could talk CP reroll. If you did want him to go a little bit faster, you can reroll in advance. All you do is declare that you're going to reroll the advance roll. You only could use the CP reroll once per phase. So you couldn't reroll anywhere else in the movement phase, but you could use a reroll again in your shooting or combat or anything like that.
Don't want to waste that.
Yeah, it's not really important at this point, so I probably want to use it. And then if you want to move your guns, you still have those 2 to move.
Psychic, but no psychic user. So pass. Shooting phase.
Yep, so now you're in the shooting phase. So the way your shooting works is you declare targets. So you say, all right, this unit is going to shoot at whatever. So your Sentinel has a range of 36. He has view on these warriors. Can't shoot the commander because he's got that character rule going on. He's protected by the things around him. You could shoot the shield drones if you wanted to. We actually need to mark which units are which for these. Boom. And let's do blue.
And then first this destroyer will shoot at these fire warriors.
Alright. So the laser destroyer has 3 shots, so you're going to get 3 dice. Oh! Sorry, we need to do your orders first if you want to do orders.
Right.
So your orders, you could tell a unit within 6 inches of your marshal there to move, which means they just can move again. You can fix bayonets, which is pretty pointless, which means you just fight as if it was a fight phase. You can get back in the fight, which means you can shoot if it fall back. You can shoot even if it advanced. That's forward for the Emperor. You can do bring it down, which is reroll wound rolls of 1 for that unit. Excuse me. You can do without mercy, which is probably not going to be applicable here. It basically turns your las weapons into pistols.
I don't know. Bring it down.
Yeah, bring it down.
Bring
May
it
not be
down.
bad. I don't know if they have any targets.
Okay.
Don't know.
Bring.
Can you target a? Yeah. Only infantry or cavalry, so you couldn't target the rapier battery because it's is a vehicle.
Ah, that's sad.
So you might want to just
Then-
potentially move, and just if you want those guardsmen to go a little bit further. Nope, I tried to mine to centimeters. There you go.
I'm gonna pass this. Just
Yeah, or you don't have to use it. All right.
hit for 4.
Yep. So you're hitting
Nice.
on 4s. All right. So
Okay. Got one.
and these are strength 10, so you're wounding on 2s. And because it's AP4, he wouldn't get a save. So anytime you wound, you basically just kill a guy.
Then wound roll 2.
Yep, need 2s. Alright, and because it's AP4 core, you basically just lose 3 fire warriors because it just blows them up. So
Okay,
you get to decide what models you want to take. You probably want to keep your Shasui. Because he has a marker light on him and he has the better leadership. So you just would get rid of 3 other dudes, basically.
Just move them off the table, right?
Yep, just move them off the table.
Yep.
That's it. So then you have your Armored Sentinel.
Sentinel. Shooting at same fire warriors. 3 shots.
Yep. 3 shots.
4,
Hitting on 4s. That's pretty common as 4s for you. So 1 hit so far.
Okay, one up.
And then it is strength 6, so toughness 3. So you still need 2s because you're double his toughness. So that would probably not worth it because you still have a save. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but probably not worth rerolling.
Dude, this guy here can shoot fire warriors also.
Depends on their range. They've got, what is the range? That one probably.
Okay, he can take.
Yeah, that one should see the rapier. Oh yeah, he can see, and he's got a range of, what's his range? 36. So he'd just be slightly out of range. Is the problem.
Oof. All right.
Okay, then this guardsman shoot.
Let's see. They
Taken.
are 24-inch range. So yeah, so it is per model basis. So you're just gonna have to figure out which ones can. So that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That one would be slightly out. 7, 8. Looks about 8. So you have about 8 guys you can shoot. You're not in rapid fire because rapid fire requires you to be in half range. So you're going to be firing 1 shot each. So you got 8 shots.
4 to hit.
4 is a hit, very typical.
5 of them.
And then you're only strength 3 on those guns, I believe. Oh, sorry,
Yep.
hold on. Your sergeant wouldn't be able to shoot because he's got the plasma pistol. So
All right.
It would have been 7 shots.
I will reroll this one.
That's fine. That works.
I wait. Okay.
Yeah, you can just do it that way. So he would the one guy would miss, basically. So you got 4 hits. He is toughness 3. Your strength is 3, so you need 4s to wound. When you're equal to your strength and toughness, it's 4s.
Go. 3 goes.
Oh, so 3. So now you do get saves because there's no AP on these. So the AP is 0, so you have a 4-up base save, so you need to make 3 4-up saves. So you take 3 dice, roll them, and hope you get 4s. Wow!
Oh,
Beautiful.
Christ.
All
All
right.
right.
Well, okay, they're feeling good. They're like, all right, you just blew up my friends. I don't appreciate that, but we'll live.
Ooh.
Ah,
All right.
for me.
I think that's all they can shoot. You're definitely out of the charge range. So now it just goes to morale. You did lose enough models to have to do morale. So for charges, you have to be within 12-inch range to declare a charge, unless you have a rule that says otherwise.
I can't.
So I don't. Did we give you? Yes, you have a bonding knife ritual. So you've lost 3. You have a leadership of 7 on your chasui. That means you fail on a 5. However, because if you roll over your leadership, you fail your leadership test.
Yeah.
Tau have a special rule called bonding knife ritual, though, which means on the 6 you auto pass. So basically, just don't roll a 5. I mean, yeah, just don't roll a 5.
Clear that. Oh, no. Is there a way to remove this? Should I just move it?
Yeah,
And
you just
roll
move
the
it.
one?
You can also clear the map. There's a button for it that says if you right
Yeah.
click.
Oh, right click. I see.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And then the red on the left side, the red of those dice.
Come
they-
on, roll 5.
You roll up almost.
All right.
All right. So your 2 guys live. They'll be able to go and do their own thing.
Yep.
So now it just goes over to your turn. So Syria, you just pass it over. He gets his command point, and now it's his turn.
Okay.
So that
so
your
the
movement.
next turn.
Yes.
So when you score these objective tokens, you need to be there at the start of the turn, right?
At the start of your turn, yes. So,
Okay, so next turn these riders will get 1.
yes, so he will have 2 objectives over what would probably be your 1, unless you try to really go like gung ho.
Okay.
You probably don't want to do that. You probably need to try to kill as much as you can, I would say.
Yeah.
And go for kind of a Hail Mary, kill as much as I can, do as much damage as I can. Now, so you have two things you can do once per game. You can do a Kalyon or a Monka. Kalyon basically means your units can't move, but you get to reroll all your hit rolls. Probably not going to use that this turn.
Yeah.
The other one, though, is pretty good. Basically, you can declare Montclaw, and they can act as if they didn't move this turn, which isn't terrible. It's
Act as if they didn't move.
basically
yeah, okay.
because you have assault weapons, you could advance everyone, but you wouldn't suffer any penalty for that because they're acting as if they didn't move this turn.
Okay.
So that's another way you could go about it. You could decide that you're going to try to kind of push out, advance a little bit, or you just go, I'm going to play a little bit cagey. I'm going to just try to move these guys in the line of sight to deal with, like, maybe one of the rapiers or maybe the armored sentinel. You got the missile launchers, and then just have, like, 2 guys take the objective for you and try to hold 1 primary for next turn. Probably not a bad plan.
Yeah.
You just have to decide what target is the biggest threat, and that's the hardest part.
Yeah. Let me do some measuring then. Okay. These riders have guns, right?
The riders have pistols, which is not the thing you need to be worried about. The big thing you need to be worried about is they have a lot of melee potential.
Okay.
You can probably avoid a turn of that.
Yeah.
But they will be there by turn 3.
Okay.
So
sure.
I think what you did pretty much, Syria, was spot on. You pretty much spread out. You got the objective. You're starting to whittle away his warrior squads, which is good. So I don't think there was anything else that you did. I wouldn't have changed anything you done, Syria. Cora, I would say you probably want to try to just whittle down the left side as much as possible.
Right. Okay. Um.
So
Okay.
what?
So I think what I'm gonna do is move these fire warriors, to capture this control point as
Yeah.
like a first step.
You,
So they can move. What can they move? 6 inches. So I think that's enough to. Whoa! What's happening there?
oh,
I can't
they're
see
getting
the.
they're getting lifted up because of the wall.
Okay. Is there a way to drop them down without actually moving them? I think
Uh,
that's 0,
Press
right?
F. Yeah, press F. And there you go. You're right where you started.
Okay.
I would
Let me zoom out.
probably say you might want to do that. Just because like this is the towel list has been such a struggle because it's so much harder to play these days. I'll give you a little bit of pointers.
Sure.
I would say you could probably do it with just those 2 warriors that survived and advance them on the objective.
I see. Okay, and I can just can I move them through all these things without having to worry? Like,
So you want to move everything first. So I would even probably say you want to like get these guys this way.
right?
And because you can advance and still shoot because you have those assault weapons, you'll be at a -1 penalty to hit, which isn't great. You'll still have the potential, so you could move them there. You could, and then move your commander behind them, so he's a little bit covered and start doing some damage.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. So advance. I need to do it before I move anything, right? The advance roll.
I have actually. I'm not sure on that. Stream can certainly tell me. I don't think there's anything saying that you can't just move and then do an advance.
Okay. I think I'll do that then. I'll just move these quickly. So move these 6
Feel
inches.
the might of the righteous.
Yeah. And then you definitely
and
want to
then
try to
advance.
be closer to the wall. So
Yeah.
that's would be better. Yeah.
So there's no way. There's no real way to get. Oh, it's not obscuring anyway, isn't it? Obscuring. Oh, line of sight. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting confused with obscuring and line of sight. So this whole.
As
line
long
of
as you're
sight.
like against that wall, you'll be safe from most of the shooting.
Yeah, sure. So I'll advance them then. And that's 1d6, right?
Yeah, 1d6. I mean, he could of course move, but so far advanced rolls have not been good for anyone. So we move an extra 2 inches, which will get you about there. You'll still add a little bit of risk, but hopefully you kind of remove enough that it's not a horrible problem. We'll see.
Yeah.
You're not gonna shoot at me?
He has assault weapons on those guys, so they can shoot. They're just going to
right.
be hitting on 5. So the only one who can't shoot is going to be his. He can't shoot his marker light, which sucks, but it's not a huge big deal. So now you could separate him from the rest of his drones if you don't want them to follow directly.
And
Good for me.
it's everywhere, right? The drones have to be 3 inches,
3 inches to start taking hits for a unit. Yeah,
and they can move. Oh, they can move the same distance.
same distance, and they don't really shoot, so there's no reason not to advance them either.
Yeah. I can't select them. Hold on. Are they selected now? Yes. Okay.
Yeah. But remember, you don't have to select them at the same time. If you want to move them differently, you can, because they're a separate unit now.
Is there a way to move the camera while I'm holding things?
Right click. Hold right click. So you should have like left click and right click held at the same time.
No, it doesn't seem to move the camera for me. 1 second. I'll just zoom out and do it.
You're fine. Yeah, being close up doesn't help too much. So the farther away you are, the better. So he can move 8. That would actually probably be a perfect place for him.
Yep.
Now these guys should have space to just kind of advance on over and try to take that objective. So if you click 2, it'll tell you how far that 3-inch sphere is. So they can move 6 to there. It looks like you need at least
3.
At least 3, I would say. Probably even. Yeah, I would say you need at least 3.
Come on.
Hey!
Yes.
Exactly.
All right. Sweet.
So, and then this is where it gets a little bit awkward. You actually could put one guy in that doorway and he'll be holding it. So you just need to kind of like adjust your camera and try to put the guy in that little hole in the ruins there.
Yeah.
And you don't have to move the whole unit at the same time. You could move individual models, so you don't have to worry about like. And this could be a little finicky. So.
Oh man.
If you need help with it, let me know.
I might do 1 second.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, it's easier to use one at a time. Perfect.
Nope. There you go. Okay, sweet. And then these guys,
Now,
crisis
you
suits.
want to try to get all their guns in range this turn. It's pretty easy for the missile pods. The big thing is going to making sure that you have those fragmentation grenades in range.
And they can move 8. Is that enough for 8?
Now, you can move that way, offer a little back protection, but you're definitely in charge range next turn. If you
From
move
the riders?
yes.
Oh, okay. I think my concern is not getting hit by the. How do you put these guys down?
The rapier battery. So that's what
The rapier, yeah.
The shield drones are kind of there exactly for that reason, so they can take those hits for you.
Okay, right.
So
Maybe I can move them here.
should
And
be
I can
able to.
advance without.
These guys would, because you didn't declare Kalyon or Monka or whatever it is. You would be at. They are assault weapons still, so you only be on the -1 to hit. However, that's a big deal in Tau because you're only ballistic skill 4. So just like guard, you're not hitting very well. So you want to try your best to get as optimal hits as possible.
Okay. I think I'll just move 8 then and leave it there. There's not going to be an issue with like shooting through. I can shoot through my own units.
You
Right?
can shoot through your own units. You just want to make sure you have line of sight on targets that matter. Like from where you are right now, I don't think you can shoot the battery. Oh, I guess you did touch the battery on the terrain, so never mind. You could actually shoot the battery through that.
Okay.
Just you do have that one last crisis route you didn't grab with the unit, so you'll have to figure out where he goes.
Oh, hold on. Right, I'll do 8 on him as well then.
Yeah.
8. Oh, he's sort of just touching there.
And that's fine. He doesn't have to move all 8. He can move 7 and he'd be fine.
Cool. And he's still in coherency like with this guy.
Yep.
There's not an issue there.
And it doesn't have to be between each model, just 2 inches of another model in the unit. When you're at
Okay.
6 or more models, it's 2 inches from 2 other models. So like for his guard squads, he needs to be 2 inches and 2 inches. It's a little bit harder to spread out.
Sweet. Okay, I think I'm done.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I need to hit. So
Movement
I think I
phase.
finished my movement fees. Yeah.
Movement phase is done, so now you're psychic. No one has
Sweet.
psychic this game. So now it's shooting phase, the Tau phase. So
Okay.
now you just need to declare what you want to shoot at one. I would say the most important thing is probably getting rid of that rapier.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, guardsmen can be... It's kind of a tough one, because the guardmen in combat are terrible against you. They're not great, but they're not terrible.
My guardsmen. So my warriors can shoot the guardsmen, right?
It depends if they have line of sight. Currently...
Oh, they don't. They just
Yeah.
definitely don't, right?
You definitely don't. So you can put some pot shots for them into the Sentinel.
Yeah.
You have these guys who can put some shots into either the Rapier or the Sentinel. And you have your commander who can definitely put shots into the Sentinel. But don't forget that your commander and your commander has missile pods. So he could probably kill something on its own with the ion blasters and stuff.
Yeah.
Your crisis suits has the missile launchers. And you don't have to fire everything at the same target. You could say, I'm going to fire the missile pods at the Rapier and the airburst fragmentation at a guard squad.
Okay. Right. So I can use all of them on the same turn. So I can use the missile pod, the cyclic ion blaster.
The only weapons
And,
you can't fire at the same time are pistols and anything else, or grenades and anything else.
Okay. Got it. Pulse blaster.
I would probably start with your warlord.
My warlord. Oh, my commander. Okay.
Or actually, I would say I would probably start with your fire warriors because they can only shoot on one thing.
Yeah. Okay. So they have.
So they're not in 10 inches range, so you're probably just going to be doing the 15-inch range one.
Sure.
And that's going to be 2 shots each.
So there's 10 shots of 4 up, right?
And because that's what advance is going to be a 5 up now.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that then. So 10 shots, 5 up. So 10d6.
Gonna hurt him, please.
So you got
Oh,
one
yeah.
hit.
Man. Wow.
One goes.
And then that is a strength 4 weapon, and a sentinel is a toughness 6 model, so you need 5s and 6s to wound it.
And I just roll 1, right?
Yep, so you just roll 1 dice.
Okay.
Not quite.
Nope.
So now you go to your commander.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
ratchet.
And now you have to decide, do you want to overcharge, or do you want to not overcharge your weapons?
So the cyclic ion blaster, I can only hit line of sight as well. So I can only hit the.
The missile pod and the cyclic ion both need line of sight, so everything's probably going to go into that set.
Oh, the missile pod needs line of sight too?
Yes, the ones that doesn't need line of sight are the airburst fragmentation.
Oh, I see. Okay. So I'll go for the cyclic ion blast. I won't do overcharge.
Do it.
Um,
You reroll ones for yourself.
Oh, of course, yeah. And I can use it as many times as I want, right? The
Reroll ones.
yes. Reroll. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll go through it then. So it's what is it?
It's going to be 6 shots because you have 2 of them.
6 shots. Oh, assault 3. Yeah. So 6 times 6.
So it'd be 3
8?
times 2. It's assault 3. You have 2 of them, so you're firing 2 of the same gun. So it'd be 3 times 2. So you have 6 shots total.
Yeah. What do I roll?
6 dice.
Okay. And
And
then
then
what do I need to hit? I can't figure out.
He's good, so he hits on 2s. So your ballistic skill is your firing profile. Your weapon skill is your combat profile. So your ballistic skill is 2. You didn't advance, so you're
I
hitting
see.
on 2s.
Okay. Cool.
And then
So 6d6.
6. Yes.
Oh. Hitting on 2s.
Hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s because you have the cross-link stabilizer jets.
Yeah. Let's go for it.
So they all
Okay.
hit.
Beautiful.
These are strength 8. He's toughness 6, so you need 3s to wound.
Beautiful. So 6 of those. 6
Yep.
again. And I need, what was it again? I need 3s?
3s to wound.
Beautiful.
Please.
And the,
Okay.
the cross-link stabilizer also applies to wound, so you get to re-roll the 1 to wound as well.
Oh, amazing. Oops.
Which fails. These are at AP 1, so your sentinel does get a save. It goes to a 4-up though, so he would have a 4-up save.
Please, Sentinel, you must leave.
That's pretty good.
Yes.
That's pretty
Close.
good roll. So these are D3 damage. So the way people usually do D3 damage in 40k is they roll a D6, and then 1 and 2 is 1, 2 and 3 is 2, and then 3 and 4 is 1 and 2 is 1, 3 and 4 is 2, 5 and 6 is 3 damage. So he failed 2 saves, so you need to roll 2d6 now and treat them as D3s. Does that make sense?
I think so. Wait, is it me rolling or?
It's you
That's
rolling
true.
because he failed.
Okay.
He only failed 2 saves, so you need to only roll 2 dice.
Okay. I'm hitting on, so I'm essentially hitting on.
This is your
Fours and
damage
s-
roll now. So this is how much damage those 2 shots.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Not gonna die, not gonna die.
So 3 would be, it's 3s and 4s are 2 damage, and then 1 is 1 damage. So it's 3 damage total so far.
Okay, he lives.
It's not too bad.
However, you still have the missile pop.
Yep.
So now you get 2 shots.
Yep. 2 shots.
I hate Taos.
Hitting on 2s again because it's at the
Wow.
top. And wounding on
Beautiful.
3s because it's strength 7.
Wounding on 3s.
Okay, one
so
goes.
1 fails. This might be a time that you decide to use your CP, or you might want to save it. You have a lot of shots left from the other unit, so you could probably save it.
Yeah, I'll save it.
Alright, so then it's only AP 1 again, so you just need a 4-up again, Syria.
He will leave. Can I use my command point?
If you want to try to do the save here, yeah, you might want to save it for the rapier battery, though, because that's a little bit more important.
Okay, pass.
But he does have 6 of those missiles going into the rapier battery, so it's hard to tell what's more important here. He basically just needs a 3 to kill it. This is where 40k's tactics get really complicated. He only needs a 3 to kill it on his damage roll, which can happen. However, if he doesn't kill it, you then have this model that's kind of a pain in the butt. So it might be worth saving that more than the rapier, because if you charge him, then he's going to have to figure out how to get outside of that combat. So you kind of have multiple options here on if you want to reroll that save or not.
Reroll. I will use my CP.
Alright, so I'll go dark you down 1 CP.
Please. Okay.
He lives! So, Sentinel will live for now. You still have 1 more unit left, though. So you have the crisis suits. So the crisis suits have quite a few guns. Each one has an airburst fragmentation projector. So that should probably go into the guardsman. You just have to... And then each one has... which hopefully we actually measured the back guy. Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay.
just. So you can roll those first, but you have to declare all your charts at the same time. So do you want to put 2 missile pods into the Sentinel, or do you want to put everything into the Rapier?
Wait. So I have to. So if I like declare that I want to use the airburst on the guardsman,
yes.
I have to declare the Sentinel, and I have to declare what I use the
missile pods on as well. Everything has to be declared at the same time for a unit.
Okay.
So each guy has 2 missile pods each. You could technically have only 1 missile pod go into the Sentinel, but these guys have a lot worse ballistic skill. They hit on 4s. So you have to think about, and you're not in any type of reroll range for them. So it probably is worth it to put 1 crisis suits, all his missile pods in the 1 Sentinel, and then the other 2 into the Rapier. That is probably what I would do.
So it's okay. I think I'll do that. So I'll airburst the guardsman, and then put 1 of the missile pods into the Sentinel and the rest into the battery.
Makes sense. All right, so you might as well do the missiles first, just because they're fun. Sorry, the airburst fragmentation. So we could talk about blast real quick. So the way the airbursts work is they have blast. So you roll 3d6, and that totals how many shots you get. If you roll anything because of blast, which means he has 6 or more models in a unit, you're at minimum 3 shots for each dice. So really, you're just seeing if you roll over 3 for any of these dice. Okay, so you rolled a lot over 3. So you have 6 plus 5, 11 shots, plus 3 more shots. So you got 14 shots.
Oh, wow, okay.
Nothing... So even though they don't need line of sight, you would have to count dents. However, you're not firing through dents, so you don't have to worry about it. So now you have 14 dice, and you're hitting on 4s.
Wow. Okay. 14 dice.
Guys.
So you're hitting on 4s. And then if you actually want a quick remove, you right-click this that button there. If you right-click it, they'll get rid of all of them. And then you can just highlight those dice. And now you're wounding on 3s because you're strength 4, and they are only toughness 3. Not the best rolling that you wanted to see. So you only need to make 3 saves. There's no AP on these, so you need 5 up saves here.
Filthy fish, people.
Okay, well, that kind of even out a little bit in your favor. So 3 guardsmen are dead.
This guy and this guy.
Alright, and now you have your missiles. So I would do the one that's into the Sentinel first. So you have 4 shots into the Sentinel.
Yep.
That was a pretty good roll. So you have 3 hits so far.
Yep.
And then 3's to wound. So 2 wounds. So now, Syria, you need to make 2 saves of a 4 up.
Oh.
Oh!
Yes!
Oh, man.
Yes! This guy.
He is a hero. A hero. Now you have 8 missiles into the Rapier battery.
Damn, yeah, okay. 8
He
missiles.
just can't die.
I can't count. Is that 8? Yeah, it is.
Yep. So hitting on 4s again. A pretty good roll again.
Yeah.
So you get rid of all those. And then the Rapier battery is a toughness of 5. So you still need 3s because you're not double his strength yet.
wow.
No!
Yes!
So what's my deal with the rerolls?
You can only reroll 1, and I would say it's probably not worth it because they're not going to kill it. That was just a horrible roll. That was awful.
Do I get rerolls on ones here as well?
You're not in range with this group.
Oh, okay.
Emperor Blast.
So that,
Wow.
yeah, that was very unfortunate.
Okay.
All right. Now this guard squad did lose. How many models did you lose? You lost 3.
3, I think.
Your leadership is 7 as well, I believe.
Yep.
So again, it's 5 or 6, and you fail your leadership here.
Oh.
All right, so you do fail your leadership.
Yes.
So you lose 1 model, and then you need to roll 6 dice, and any ones you lose more models.
Wow.
6 to 1 more.
6 dice. So you have 6 guys left, so you roll 1 dice for each guy. And on the 1, they're like, no, I'm out. And you can roll all these at the same time. Okay, so 1 more guy's gone.
Can I reroll it? Reroll it?
You can just roll 5 more dice. It doesn't have to be 1 at a time. You cannot reroll battle shock tests.
Okay, 5 more. 4. That's 1.
It was 6 total, so you need 1 more dice. Oh, no!
Oh.
Okay, so 4
What
guys.
is going on?
Okay, this is bad. This is too bad.
They were like, no! Okay. Wow, what a game so far. What dice rolls we're seeing.
You're a sword.
Alright, well, those 2 guys will stick around. So, just like, alright.
Hands up, Craig. Why did you get? Why
Alright.
running away?
Yeah, this is the opposite of what Krieg really should be doing. Alright, so now it's your turn 2. However, you're doing really well with the points. So you're holding 2 objectives. So, Cora, if you want to pass it all the way to his turn now. If you just right-click it, it'll pass to his turn. So, you get your command point back, so you're back to 4. Now, this is where we tally your points. So, you're holding 1 objective here, and 2 objectives here. So, you would get hold 1, and then you would get hold 2. So, you got 10 points for that. So, you get 5 points for every time you get a primary. And now I need to go switch that on my scoreboard. Oh, no. And so, then you go command phase. That was command phase. You just got that, basically. And now you go into your... I can't think of the word. Movement phase.
Okay, first, move this guy.
Oh, I had Tau on here. Necron's on here too. That's why people are confused.
This guy.
Wow, if you guys keep rolling like that the whole game, I don't know what's going to happen. That one's going to kill anything, I guess.
Line of sights, maybe?
Yes, you do have line of sight. You can see, like, the drones in the very end of this crisis suit there.
I'm gonna kill them.
I can't believe one of those rapiers lived. That was such bad rolling. So yeah, what you're doing, I would say putting that pressure on is good. It may be you kind of want to switch those guard squads around, have the bigger squad go forward. The only problem is going to be you'd be leaving your warlord open, and you know that's something he's trying to kill. So it may be worth it actually just to keep those guys in the back and keep protecting your marshal. That's kind of you.
For the Emperor!
You're already holding that objective, so unless he moves stuff onto it and kills your sentinel, or unless the sentinel blows up in the charge phase. You also have that battery there, which can also move forward and hold that objective for you too. So if you just click 2, it'll show you what the range is. You're actually holding it because that gun, the barrels of the gun are actually on the objective.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Most vehicles are measured from the hull. They don't distinguish what the hull is, so it's pretty much considered most parts of the vehicle.
Advance these Death Riders!
Now, if you advance, you can't charge them.
I know.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I don't think that's a bad plan, though. If you advance them and take that objective on them, he won't score any primaries extra, and that's a pretty good plan. You would need a better roll than that, though.
We roll.
Yeah, that makes sense. No.
These guys! These horse, baby! What the hell?
No one is motivated to kill anything this game. No one wants to do their job. No one wants to die.
This guardsman and the marshal will advance.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's probably a good plan to start trying to put pressure on them before he starts grenading more people.
First, this 10 guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
oh,
6.
They want to go where?
You're the soul. You're the
So,
bad guys.
Just in case you don't know, they wouldn't be able to. Yeah, just flip them around. You'll be fine. They wouldn't be able to shoot because they have rapid fire weapons. So I'm not sure if you want to advance them or not.
Oh, for the general.
Mm-hmm.
A5.
Wow, everyone else wants to move. Just not him. You're good there. It's approximated a lot of the times.
2 of them. 4.
You did. I don't think you moved them either, so they didn't need to advance. The 2-man squad. I don't think you moved them at all.
Oh, right. I forgot. Stupid I am.
It's hard to keep track. Your first few games, it is actually hard to keep track. Now, keep in mind again, you have rapid fire weapons, so if you advance, you can't shoot. The only weapons. Okay. I just saw you measuring out, so I was making sure.
Shooting phase. This general will order for the emperor.
Yes,
They
orders.
can shoot them.
Oh, you're going forwards for the Emperor? Okay, cool. That makes sense. So the red squad's going to get forwards.
What does that do?
So basically, what he's done is that even though they advance, the order unit can still shoot.
Oh, wow. Okay.
First, Sentinel shooting at Crisis.
Okay. So he's going to shoot the Sentinels
wait.
at the crisis suits. You can't target the character because he's guarded by all the things around him currently.
Right. Crisis suit. 3 to go. Oh.
What are we rolling on?
So he's firing the Sentinel at the crisis suits.
Okay.
One goes.
Yeah, so you got 1 hit so far. You are a strength 6 las gun against a toughness. I think they're 5. Yeah, T5. So you only need 3s. So it goes through.
Okay.
Cora, you could decide to put on your shield drone with the amount of damage that weapon is. It's not worth it to do that, and it's AP 0, so you're better off just taking the save on your crisis.
This is from the Sentinel, right?
Yes, because it's only
Okay,
1 damage. And you have a 3-up save. There's no AP, so you might as well try to make the 3-up save versus losing a shield drone so far, because you need those shield drones for the rapiers.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, yeah, I'll take it on the crisis.
All right, cool. So then you just roll a 3-up save.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So now, Syria, whatever else you want to fire.
These 2 destroy.
The laser destroyer. There?
Yep, 2 of them. Attack Crisis.
You do need to do 1 at a time in case you kill enough that he can remove models to remove you from out of the line of sight.
Okay,
it shouldn't happen, but it could. So yeah, you want to fire this one first, and then that one.
Yep. 3, 4, 2 hit.
Yeah, so 3 shots again. I mean, 1 did a lot of work last turn, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Let's go! Okay, just...
less this time. Less time, so just 1.
Command point to reroll this one.
Okay, sounds good. So I'm going to change your command point real quick. Back to 3.
Wait.
Oh, you used 2 so far. Oh no, 1 into a 1! Again! So many ones in the ones this game!
These dice are rigged, I think.
10 minus 4.
You're strength 10, he's toughness 5, so you still only need 2s. Those are really good guns. Alright,
Okay,
so
got it.
wound definitely goes through. If you took it on your crisis suit, it wouldn't get a save. So now you definitely want to try to put it on the drone. So
Yeah,
you
I'll do that.
roll. You need to see if it goes on the drone first, which requires you to roll a 2 or more.
Okay. Just the one?
Just 1 dice, yep. Because it's only 1 wound. So it goes on the
Okay.
drone. Now, this is where drones make people really angry. You only need to roll 1 dice, and on a 5 up, your drone's fine. Even though
Yep.
it's 3 plus D3 damage, you only need to roll 1 dice. Your drone's
Yes!
fine. So the drone's fine.
Yeah.
So now you have the other battery, though, so you can try the other battery, see if it does a little bit better.
No. First, guardsman.
That makes sense.
Shooting at them.
Are you going to shoot at...
Shield drones.
You're going to shoot at the shield drones directly? That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's a good
First,
point.
this 10 party. One of the
Yes.
sergeants.
So they can't advance and
plasma
shoot.
pistol.
Do you want to overcharge your plasma pistol?
No.
Okay, that makes sense. So, would you say have to see how many guys are double shooting? Because you're in rapid fire range, definitely. I think the whole front line definitely can. I think it's everyone. Yeah. So you are going to have a lot of shots here. So you're looking at 2 rows, 10 times 2, 20 shots.
Wow.
4 is a hit. A little bit under average.
Then 8 goes.
And then your strength 3, and I believe they are toughness 3, so I believe you need 4s again. Oh, no, they're toughness 4. You need 5s and 6s for the drones.
Wow.
5.
5s and 6s because you're strength 3, they are toughness 4.
Please. The name of...
Oh, no! Oh, no! Dying is dying this game! Alright, so one wound. They have... I think a 4 up... Yeah, they just have a 4 up in Vuln save. So you just try to roll 4 up.
Yeah!
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I guess.
These 2 guys will shoot at the same drone.
Okay.
Plasma is rapid, right?
Let's see. Plasma is, I think, it's a pistol. So you are just out of range of the pistol for the plasma. You can, however, I believe, shoot at these fire warriors. Yeah. So if you want to shoot a pistol into the fire warriors and then fire the guardsmen into the drones, you could totally do it that way. Or if you just want to put everything into the fire warriors, you could also do that.
Maybe. But okay. One to the drone, 1 to the fire warrior.
Okay, so you're going to put the guardsman in the drone. Cool. So your guardsman's definitely still in... Is he in rapid fire range? Let's find out. He would be slightly out. So you would get rapid fire against the fire warrior, so...
First, the guardsman.
Okay.
4. Nope.
Nope.
Sergeants.
Nope. Okay. He could see.
General, yeah.
Oh, actually, he may not be able to see. Yeah, you're going through the wall there. He's got, what, a bolt pistol, though? It's got, like, a 24-inch range or something. Oh, no, he has a plasma pistol. I think you'd just be out of range of everything for him.
Last destroyer. Attack at this crisis bed. Whatever.
Which unit? Sorry? Oh, the last rapier?
Crisis
Okay.
boot. Yeah.
That makes sense.
3. Let's go. Just kill.
Okay, 3 hits this time. That's big. 2's the wound. Alright, so 2 wounds.
Okay.
Alright, so same thing. You would have to, since you have 2 drones there, you could just roll both dice to see if they go onto a drone.
Yep. And it's what is it? It's 4 up or 5 up?
First, you need to roll 2s to see if the drones take it.
Yep.
So 1 drone doesn't take it. So 1 actually just goes straight through.
I can't re-roll that, can I?
No, you can't re-roll the drone.
Okay.
So that actually just means you lose a crisis suit, unfortunately, because it's 3 damage flat.
Okay.
The other one, you just need to see if the drone lives. So roll first for a 5 up to see if the drone lives. Nope, so you lose 1 drone and 1 crisis suit.
Okay.
Which,
Bang bang.
yeah, I'd probably do something like that. Alright. Not bad shooting. I think the Sentinel could probably shoot those drones in the back if you wanted to fire at this back Sentinel. Or he could try to...
Right.
He could target those fire warriors too. Yeah.
Yep, this Sentinel will shoot at that fire warrior.
Minion, it would go onto his armor save, but the problem is that the Rapier is AP 4, so he wouldn't get a save anyway because he has a 3-up base. Alright, so you're going to fire the Sentinel into them?
Yep.
Alright, go ahead.
3. Let's go. Okay, 2 goes.
Nice. And 2's the wound again.
Two goes.
Alright, so you need to make 2 saves, but you do have cover now because you're in the terrain, so you only need 3 ups here.
And I rolled 2 3-ups, right?
2 3-ups.
Oops.
And realistically, you need one of these guys to live.
Yeah.
Yes!
This is where I would use a reroll.
Yeah, so I just reroll. I can reroll 1 dice with a command point, right? I can't reroll both. Okay,
You can
so
only reroll 1, yes.
how many command points do I have?
4. And only costs 1. So I just brought you down to 3.
So if one of them dies, so we haven't rolled wounds yet, have we? Oh, this is wounds.
This is wounds. This was your saves. So if they both die, you lose that objective. So you definitely need to reroll 1 to try to stay in the primary game.
And can I reroll the other after I've decided the other one? If you know what I mean. So can I reroll? Can I reroll 1 and then decide to reroll another?
You can only reuse the reroll once per phase, so you can't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So I'll just reroll the 1 then.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So you kept 1 guy left alive. So you lost your Shashui actually because your fire warrior is the one on there. But that's okay. You didn't need the Shashui too much.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have to take morale because you didn't lose enough.
Okay.
Okay, charge phase.
Oh, actually, I guess I'll just... No, you can't fail on 6s, so yeah, you're good. Yeah, so charge phase.
Charge it.
Important thing to think about first, before you charge, because Tau have a special rule, which is called for the greater good. If you charge them, everything within 6 inches gets to overwatch at that Sentinel. So are you sure you want to charge the Sentinel in?
With Overwatch, does it use every single weapon, or is it like specific weapons?
Every single weapon.
Wow. Okay.
That's dumb. I will take my chance.
Okay, so Overwatch is free for Tau. So you just decide you basically say I'm going to declare for greater good. You would do that here. You could only do it once per unit. However, because these advanced, they can't charge. So that's the only thing that can charge you because the back things behind you can't charge.
Yep.
So you'll declare Overwatch and then you just decide what you want to shoot first.
So I just decide the order?
Yeah, you just decide what you want to shoot first.
I'll use the crisis suits first then.
Alright, cool. So you got 8 missile pods left.
Okay. 8 missile pods?
You have 2 each. So that's 4 shots per crisis.
Oh, and 2 of... Yeah, got it.
Yep, so you have
So
8.
roll 8.
He will leave.
8 shots. You are only hitting on 6s. So you get 1 hit with the missile pod so far.
Yep.
I don't think you're in reroll 1 range yet, so you're only getting 1 hit.
Yep.
Alright, and then you need a 3 to wound. Oh no!
Yes! This guy leaves!
You also have the air burst grenade, so you need to roll 2d6. This is the most hero of drone sentinels. So this is only 6 shots because you're not getting blast here. He's only 1 unit. 1 model. So you roll 6 dice now. One hit again. These are strength 4, so you need 5s and 6s. So 1, 5, or 6. Nope,
Wow.
nothing there. You still have your commander. So yeah, now your commander. You have no reason not to overcharge because you have the reroll 1s naturally for him, and that's at all times. So
Okay, cool.
You're gonna have 6 shots now, so 6 more dice because you have 2 cyclic ion blasters. Hitting on 6s, rerolling 1s. So rerolling 1. That's pretty good so far.
Wow.
Okay. So now
I'm in trouble.
3 dice, and you're at strength 8 now, so 3's the wound. And
Oh, please!
All right.
2 goals.
Now it is a different phase, so you can decide if you want to reroll that 2 or not.
I've still got my fire. Hang on. What weapons do I still have left? So I've still got my fire warriors. And
He still has the missile pod, and you still have your fire warriors. Yes.
I think I'll leave it.
Okay.
I think I'll just go with these 2 for now.
Alright, so 2 wounds. So now, Syria, you just need to roll 4 up. 2 4-ups.
Yes.
Oh no. Well, Syria, if you want to try to keep him alive, you could try. Reroll here. It is D3 damage though, so there is potential that he could just roll a 3 damage on one of the dice. So that's up to you. It's hard to decide. How much do you want this charge to happen, I guess?
Not gonna happen. Roll D3, please.
Alright, so both fail, so you're going to roll both those dice. So it's 2d3. Oh yeah, he's very dead. He's very dead. I think sentinels do explode.
Oh no.
So on a 6 up, you explode, Syria. So you get to roll the dice and see if you explode. And on a 6 up, it's not a big explosion, but it deals 1 mortal wound, basically.
6 to explode, right?
So whenever a vehicle dies, you have to check if they have the keyword to explode. He has the exploding rule, so on a 6 you could potentially explode and do a little bit of damage to the guard squad next to you. So just don't roll the 6. Okay, you're good. So
Okay.
The sentinel just dies. So you're fine there. Still not a bad turn though. So I don't think there's anything else that they can clear charge. Everything else advanced. So it just goes to morale. There's no morale to do. So it just goes to Cora's turn. So Cora, you only hold 1, so you only get 5 points for your primary.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Right. So.
And then you're in your movement.
So. Obviously, this fire warrior is at risk of just dying if next turn.
Yeah.
So it's
So
a question of.
you're in a tough spot now.
Yeah.
You could. This could be the turn you Motka and just try to do as much damage as possible.
So my call is that you don't move. No, you move, but you do. No, you don't move.
Don't move. I think Motka or Calgon, one or the other. But you don't move, but you reroll all hits. This could be the turn where it's worth trying that, because you have line of sight on all the big scary stuff right now.
Yeah. So in terms of the riders, I can only see.
You can see everything with the riders. The only things that can't see the riders are the fire warriors.
It's just if I can see one model, right?
Yes, if one model can see one model, you can shoot the whole unit.
I see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think that sounds like a good idea then. They're in a pretty good place at the moment anyway, so I think I'll call that.
Okay. So you're gonna what is it? Let me make sure I'm saying that right. So you're going to Kalyon. Kalyon? Is it Kalyon? It is Kalyon. Okay, so this is Kalyon.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're not going to move, but you're going to reroll all your hits. So,
Yes.
then you just go straight to shooting phase. So, you're going to have a very similar target priority. The big problem are these Death Riders. They're going to be a big old problem for you. You do need to get rid of those guardsmen too, because they're going to start just wiping out your fire warriors. So I would probably start with your crisis suits.
Oh, okay.
Because they have the... You need to kill one of these. One of those has to die, or you're in very big trouble. Because every time...
The rapiers?
Yes, because every time a wound gets through with one of them, you just lose a crisis suit. That's a big problem.
Yeah.
So I would probably just... You can risk split firing. I don't like the idea of it, but you can risk it.
How many wounds do they have? They're 4, right? I think I'm probably gonna want to, but I reroll.
You're
hits.
rolling all hits, which means any dice. So any 1, 2s, and 3s, you get the reroll, and you have 4 shots each. The Hail Mary play is split firing. You could put 1 into one into the other, and hope you kill both. Or you could say, I don't want to risk that life, and just put both in the one.
I think I'll go for the one on the left.
Okay.
I think I'd just rather get rid of one than risk having them both there.
That makes sense. And then you need to decide what your air bursts are going to go into, which you probably want to just do into the big squad.
How strong are the riders in terms of doing damage them with
combat? They can be pretty rough. The big problem is they're just going to tie you up, and then you won't be able to shoot them.
Yeah.
And then they're just going to keep doing that. You can kill a few with your commander. You should kill at least 2, I would say, of your commander.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'll go for the guardsman then. I think with the air burst, I think that.
Yeah, the problem is now objectives-wise, you need to try to remove him off of 3 objectives. Either way, he's going to score max points next turn, because you can't get rid of the Sentinel.
Yeah.
But if you can get rid of the Guardsman, his Warlord's now on his own.
That's a good shot. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, I think I'll fire all 4 missile pods into the Destroyer on the left here.
Okay.
And the air burst on these Guardsmen. If there's a burst on that, right?
There's blast. It only applies for a single unit, though. So you want to put both into the big unit, because you'll always get the blast on that.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
You have these guys who can try to whittle some guardsmen, too.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that. Sounds good. So, do we roll Rapier first?
I would. Because that is a very important dice roll, is killing that Rapier. So you've got 8 shots into the single Rapier. And you're hitting on 4s. But okay, well, apparently you didn't need it. But you get to reroll that too. Okay. Well, you still hit with 7.
Yep.
And you're wounding on 3s, but you don't have the wound reroll, so that's where things fell apart last time. Alright, that's much better than last time. So you still get your 4-up saves though, Syria.
Oh, sorry.
4 up?
4 ups, yeah, and it was he lost 2 dice. So 6 should be 6 saves.
Oh, okay.
Please leave.
So straight down the middle. So 3 fails and 3 go through. Do you want to use your reroll here, or do you want to hold on to it, Syria? It's unlikely to live even with a reroll, but it might be worth a shot.
Nah.
Okay. So basically you just need to not roll triple ones. Oh, he's super dead. Okay, so you killed the rapier battery.
So would I have killed the other one in that instance as well?
Potentially, with how well you rolled. It was possible. But he did pretty good on the saves rolls too, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah. Sure.
Now you have your 2d6 for your airburst. Remember that they're a minimum of 3 shots, so you're just seeing if you're rolling more than that.
2d6.
Alright, so it's going to be 8 shots because the 1 becomes 3.
Wow. Okay. 8 shots.
Which I realize we've been forgetting to use your Warlord trait all game. Oh well. So it's still hitting on 4s, but you get to reroll the 1s and 2s and 3s. So just reroll those 3 dice.
Okay.
Alright, so you got an extra hit out of it, which is nice. So the 1 and 3 fails. And then you're wounding on 3s here. Oof. Every time on the wound rolls.
Yeah.
So 3 saves you'll have on the guardsman. No AP here, so you're still looking at 5 ups.
Oh.
Nope. Okay. Well, it's just feeling like deja vu.
Yeah.
All right. 3. There you go. And then, yeah. So that's them done. So now you probably should just do your fire warriors.
What's the deal with range range from the warlord?
3
It's 3,
inches,
right?
So he's still safe. So
Okay.
you still have your fire warriors though.
Yeah.
So putting everything of your fire warriors into red squad's probably what you want to do next. You just need to see what profiles you're using.
Profiles.
Not quite in reroll 1 range. You can do the 10-inch profile, it looks like.
Yeah.
All but 1, I think, because I don't think you can see that guy through that window. Yeah, so you can have 4 guys with the 10-inch profile and then 1 guy with the 15-inch.
Okay. Cool. And then what's the deal with grenades? Like, how do they work? Can I use those?
So you could use a grenade instead of the your gun. Grenades do have blast.
Okay.
However, your grenades don't actually do damage.
Oh, it's like a marker light or something, is it?
They make it harder for your opponent to hit you, basically. So it's probably not worth
Okay.
using that.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I'll just go for the 4. It's the 4 10-inch and then 1 15-inch, right?
Yep. So you would have 8 shots with the 10-inch and then 1 shot with the 2 shots with the 15-inch. So I would do the 10-inch first.
Yep.
All shots will result at the same time, so it doesn't matter which one you do first. But you're just more likely to kill more of the 10-inch.
Sure. Sorry, how many dice am I rolling now?
So there's 2 shots each with the 10-inch, so that's 8 shots because you have 4 guys with it.
8 shots. Yeah.
And then you're hitting on 4s because that's your ballistic skill, but you are re-rolling all the 1s, 2s, and 3s, which is pretty big deal there. Super made a difference. Super made a difference. And now what's nice about these is go up to strength 5. Not super relevant here because you're still winning on 3s. But these are at AP 1, so that helps a lot. Alright, so that was really good roll. So the 1s fail, so that looks like 4 saves at a 6 up now on your guardsman. Because these are at AP 1.
Okay, it's 3 games, 3 goals.
3 more. And then you have 1 more shot here. So I probably should have said this earlier. What you want to do here, Syria, is not remove the guys closest to your warlord. It's still unlikely you're going to have a unit there to protect him. But you can at least try. Because it's 3 or more models to protect him in a unit. And
Okay.
so keeping 3 models within range. So I think this goes just slightly further back, so we'll have him here. And then that way you're still within that 3-inch range. You still only have 3 models left, so if you lose 1 more, you don't have character protection anymore, but... oh no, 2 more. 2 more, so you should be okay. You just need to not lose 2 models. So, you have 2 shots for the Fire Warrior.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much the same thing. You're hitting on 4s. Oh, you need to switch your hand tool.
Yeah. Hitting on 4s.
And re-rolling.
Reroll the 1.
Mm-hmm. So just 1 hit, but you're wounding on 3s. So 1 wound, no AP this time, so you just need your 5 up on your guardsman. So 1 more dice. They will, however, protect your character this turn, which is really, really important.
Do they get a morale thing this turn as well?
He will have to take morale next turn, and pretty much he needs to auto pass on the 6. A 1. He needs a 1 to pretty much pass his morale in that squad.
Okay.
The other squad will not take morale, though, so he'll have 2 guys left in that squad and 3 in the other.
Yeah.
You still have... you technically have 2 things left. You still have this Fire Warrior in the back.
Yeah.
You can only see these guys. And then you'll have your commander.
Yeah. I think I might as well just shoot this Fire Warrior then, just to... Because he only has 1 option anyway, I think, right? He can only hit the...
Haunted, it's per die per weapon. So, because it's 2 different weapons, he would still get 3 per die. Sorry, what was that?
So the Fire Warrior can... let me get a measuring thing. So the Fire Warrior can hit these guys, but he can't hit the Sentinel, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so I'll just roll this Fire Warrior then.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2d6, right?
The Fire Warrior just has the blaster. So yes, sorry, yes. So every time I hear 2d6, I think you're generating shots. It's just 2 dice, yes.
Yep.
And he is in Callion range. Doesn't matter. You're strength 4. I believe they are toughness 4. Yes. So you need 4s. 1 wound.
It's alright.
All right. So your Death Corpse Riders, they have a 4-up save, and they're fine.
Hey.
Damn.
Alright, so
This guy.
you got your commander now.
Yeah.
You probably want to just try to whittle as much of that Death Corps squad down as you can, and worry about primary points next turn, and hope that you could just do enough damage in Overwatch, to be honest.
Yeah. So I get 2 shots of the Cyclic Iron Blaster and the Missile Pod. Oh,
2
the Missile
shots.
Pod has to be
You have 2 shots each, so you have 4 shots.
2 shots each.
Because you have 2 Cyclic Ion Blasters.
Oh, I see. Okay.
6 shots. Sorry, they're 3 shots each, so you have 6 shots total.
Okay. All right, that's pretty good. Yeah, I'll go for. Is there anything I can do about these guardsmen though? I think my only.
You're pretty much
So-
relying on morale at that point. The back guys are slightly out of the objective. I mean, either way, he's going to be scoring max on his primaries because he holds 2 and you only hold 1.
Yeah.
So there's no real way around that. I mean, if you want to be real ballsy, you could charge.
Can I do that with the thing I've chosen?
The Callion, I don't think limits charges. I'm pretty sure you can still charge. Oh no, they can't move for any reason. Never mind, you can't charge.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll just go for these riders then.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like a good shout. Just for everything.
All right, so you're gonna need. Oh, I need to really be paying attention to actually what you guys can see. Sorry, guys, I'm getting used to this new stream setup. All right, so you'll have 6 shots with your Cyclic Island. You have to decide if you want to overcharge or not. Again, since you're rerolling 1s, no reason not to.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. So that what does that do again? Sorry, that just it just changes the profile, doesn't it? It doesn't.
It makes it a lot better.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go for that. So roll 66.
And then reroll the 1. Now, these are strength 8, and those are only toughness 4, so you are wounding on 2s, rerolling 1s.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so good roll. Syria, however, you still get, it's only AP 1, so you still get a 5-up save. And then we're going to get into something really complicated.
Oh. Okay.
Also, so you make 2 saves,
Go.
fail 4. Alright, so this is where it gets complicated. So your damage is a D3 weapon, right?
Yeah.
So you got 4 through. But he has a feel no pain. So we actually have to do these one at a time.
Okay.
Because damage doesn't bleed. So even if you do like it has 2 wounds left and you do 3 damage, 1 damage wouldn't go onto another horse. It's per model. So damage doesn't bleed. So the reason why we have to do this one at a time is we have to see if you kill a model and then go to the next model. So you're going to do... so roll 1 to see how much damage it does.
Yeah.
Which is 1. So you can roll another one now. Because you couldn't kill it anyway. Okay, say 3. So now, Syria, you have to roll 4 dice. And on 5 ups, you ignore the damage.
4 dice?
4 dice. Because it's taking... one guy's taking 4 damage now. So now you have a chance to ignore that damage on a 5 up. This is why those riders are so good. Alright, so you ignore 2, which means one guy still lives. So now he's only got 2 shots left, so now you roll another dice, Cora, to see how much damage it does. So it's another 1 damage, so now you can have a chance to ignore this on the 5 up, Syria. You only need to roll 1, because it's only 1 damage. Okay, so 1 horse finally dies. And now you have 1 more shot that went through Cora, so you're going to roll 1 more dice.
Wait, not him.
Whew! That would only be 1 damage. Now, at this point, you can use a reroll to see if you get lucky and get a 3 for the damage, and then hope he doesn't roll enough to keep another guy alive.
Yeah, let's go for that.
So it's 2 damage, so you're not going to kill 1. Syria, you still get to ignore these, though, so you roll 2 dice and see if you ignore 1.
Oh.
So you ignore 1, so 1 guy only takes 1 damage.
Ooh, that is
The
complicated.
first one goes.
And then 1 guy's down to 2. So you can see why the riders are really good.
Yeah.
They're really good.
I have to put them.
And that's pretty much it. So that was all your shooting. You can't charge because you did Kalyan. No warlords are dead yet. There is a morale on the poor red squad. Pretty much, Syria, the only way you can pass. Now, you can do this if you really want. There is a stratagem to auto-pass morale on a... and it's 2 CP, though. So you can say 2 CP, auto-pass morale. I'm not going to roll for it. I want that squad around. However, if you do that, you cannot use that stratagem at all again for the rest of the game. So
I lost 7 guys and
you're only leadership 6, so you either try to roll a 1 and hope the other 2 guys stick around. The nice thing about Krieg, though, is you don't have to worry about rolling 1s and 2s. You just have to roll 1s for your battle shock. So it's
I will use my command point.
you're gonna spend the 2 CP to auto pass. I probably would do that too, because now you have something that can still guard your marshal, which helps a lot. Alright, so you don't have to worry about morale for that squad. You're down 2 CPs, which I think takes you down to 0, but you'll gain 1 at the start of your turn. Alright, and then that's the end of the turn, so then it goes to turn 3. So this is actually going to be a pretty close game, I think. So, Cora, if you just want to pass the turn over to Syria.
Yeah, I should. Yeah, that should be there.
And perfect. And then you got your command point, Syria, and then you are holding more. So you hold 1, hold 2, and hold more because you only hold 1 so far. So you got the full 15 points for that round.
Yes.
All right, and then it goes to your movement phase. I'm gonna update the scoreboards.
Okay, first,
Uh-oh. Oh, the score sheet's not giving the automatic 10 for painted. I need to change that real quick. Oh, no. So anyone who's watching, I don't know how to actually fix that. So what we're going to do is just give it in the secondaries for now. There we go. And command point wise, it's mission pack. We have 1 point for Dev Corks, and I think you're at 2 points for Tau, yeah? 3 points. You're at 3 points. You start using some of those command points.
Yeah.
All right. So it looks like we're moving the riders onto the objective.
Shooting phase.
I like it. Looks good.
Sentinel. Wait. Can I shoot that shield drones on the general?
Yeah. The shield drones become separate units, so you can totally target them.
Sentinel will shoot at that shield drones.
Okay, awesome. So you got the 3 shots. And don't forget your riders have blast pistols too, so they also can shoot.
Yep. And move. Oh. What?
4 ups, yep. 2 hits so far.
Hit.
Toughness is 4, so you're looking at 3s this time.
All goals.
Your drones all have a 4 up invuln, so you're looking for 4 score.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the 5 up feel no pain. So then you need to roll 1 dice because you passed 1 save, failed 1 save, and then see if you get a 5 up. No, so you lose 1 drone. You get to choose one.
Is it worth doing a...
You probably want to get rid of this one. Oh, I can't re-roll a feel no pain.
Oh, okay.
You could re-roll save and not feel no pain. I wouldn't reuse it on drones though.
Yeah.
You wanted to get rid of that one, so you're still with 3 inches of those guys in case you need it.
Yeah.
All right.
These riders will two of them will shoot at this fire warrior
Okay.
and 2 to drone.
That makes sense to me.
Targeting at
I
the warrior.
don't know if you want to factor it in too, but you have grenades on those guys, which is actually better than your last pistol. So one of your guys could throw a grenade if you want one of them to throw a grenade.
Can I throw my entire grenades to 1?
You only one guy in the squad can throw a grenade.
One guy will throw grenades to these fire warriors.
Yeah, I'd give that to you, because if you know about the grenade, you could just position that guy a little bit closer. So, it's a 6-inch range, which is why I'm saying that. Oh, no, for some reason mine's measuring weird. Oh, mine's measuring from the center, that's why. Yeah, you're definitely in range. So you're going to throw grenades into the fire warriors, perfect, and then are you going to have the 2 last pistols into that guy?
Yep. And last one will go to the children.
I'm going to say I would probably try to put more... Actually, don't... I have to look something up, because I thought Death Riders have... I thought they had OBSEC, but maybe I am wrong. Either way, you might want to get rid of this Fire Warrior, just in case your guys don't have OBSEC. Objective Secure just basically means that despite how many models you have on here, one model can take it from you because he's a troop. I'm pretty sure Dev Corps have OBSEC on their riders, but I want to make sure. Oh, you know what we've been forgetting all game too? We forgot to be rolling your 4 ups to see if he's shooting them. So don't forget that. Remember that's a rule you have. Syria. Okay. That's Syria. Syria has that rule. Your guys can shoot when they die on a 4 up.
Oh, this guardsman?
Yeah, everything. Everything in your army could have shot on a 4 up.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember that. Sorry, I should have remembered that. But keep that in mind as we go forward, in case I forget.
Okay, 3 shoot at fire warrior. This last one, 1 grenade. Them.
That makes sense.
I will roll grenade first. Force to hit.
Alrighty.
Oh.
For grenades, you roll the number of shots first, so that you would have 3 shots.
Okay.
So you get 3 shots with the grenade, which is why you want to do the grenade instead of the pistol, because you get more shots and it's better strength. Well, it's the same strength.
Yeah. 4 to hit, right?
A 4 is to hit, yeah. Actually, no, 3s on riders, apparently. For some reason, they shoot good. So you got 3 hits. And then the frag grenades are strength 3. So then you're going to have force to wound on the fire warriors here. So you got 3 wounds. Your fire warriors have a 4-up save. So you need to try to see if you can save the fire warriors on the 4-up. So 1 dies, 2 live. So you just pick who you want to go.
Which one's mine? This guy.
Yeah. And then you have the 3 last pistols into the 1 fire warrior.
Yeah.
Hit.
Yeah, 3 is a hit.
4? 3? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why they hit better, because you think they'd be better in combat. But apparently they shoot better. That's weird. 3 hits.
Okay, all goals.
4 is the wound.
Please just got him.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, it is 1 wound. Do you want to try to reroll one of these?
Nope. Roll their save.
Alright, so you're in cover still, so all you need is a 3-up.
Oh, okay, great.
He's gonna die. He's gonna die. He's gonna die.
He's alive. That 1 hero fire warrior now.
What a guy.
Okay. Next is this guardsman will shoot at the shield drones.
Alright,
the crisis.
purple or the blue?
Blue.
Okay, so blue shield drone. Now the shield drone's technically a separate unit, so are you firing the everything into the shield drone, or are you going to fire the
Or these 2?
Okay, so the 2 guardsmen into the shield drone, and then the plasma pistol into the crisis.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense. Are you overcharging?
I might shoot. Overcharge. Okay. Yeah.
You are overcharging? Okay. On the roll of a 1, he does die. If you so shoot your 2 guardsmen first. You're definitely rapid fire range, so you got your 4 shots from them.
First, I'll roll sergeant.
You want to roll the plasma pistol first?
Yep.
The pistol is only 1 shot. You do hit. And now you wound on a 3. Are you targeting the crisis suit with them or the shield drone? Sorry.
Drone. Shield drones.
Shield drone. Okay, so you need a 2 against the shield drone with a plasma pistol.
Oh, yep.
8 wounds, and now you need to make a 4-up invul on the shield drone. He does make it. The shield drone lives. But you still have your guardsman left, so now you got your 4 shot with your guardsman.
Oh, nope.
2 more shots, because you're in rapid fire range.
What? Oh. These 2 guys first.
Oh, that was Red Squad. Yeah, but even you should still be in rapid fire range with any of your guardsmen. So you should have
3. Yeah, these 3 will attack, shooting at shield drone. Same.
Oh, I understand. I was confused. Okay, sounds good.
Plasma first, overcharge.
All right.
Nope.
Thanks, McPherson. I wasn't sure.
Attacks.
So 2 hits so far.
Oh.
And 5s and 6s on the shield drone.
Nope.
I think you forgot your orders, too. Did you do your orders?
Yeah, I missed it, but it's my fault.
Guard have a lot of, like, bookkeeping.
Whoa.
He's definitely in range with his pistol, though.
Maybe I throw grenades. Wait, I can't. Okay. Pistols at shield drone.
Okay. Now, I probably would not overcharge it, because if you do roll a 1, he does die.
I know.
Okay.
Do it.
Okay, you
Okay.
hit.
It's got toughness 4,
Yep.
plasma 7, 3.
Yep. So you need 3s, yep. You got a wound, so 4 up invuln.
Just die already.
These drones. They're living forever.
Oh.
That is a
he
fail.
killed.
It's only 1 damage, so you need to roll your feel no pain on the drone now. On the 5 up, he will live.
Let's go.
No, that one
I
drone
know.
is dead. He finally goes. He's finally dead.
This last destroyer will attack the crisis.
Alright, so your
Oops.
shots into the crisis suit set. You got 3 shots.
Oh, wait. 2 goals.
Yeah, 2 hits. 2's the wound. Alright, so 2 wounds. So
Go.
you can put 1 on. So this is a 1 at a time thing. So now you could try to pass 1 onto the shield drone, see if the shield drone lives, and then
Yeah.
try to pass the other. It's unlikely, but it's worth a shot. So roll to see if you roll 2 up on 1 for so far. Alright. Alright, so now do you ignore it on a 5? No, so your shield drone does die. So the other shot would just kill a broadside, because you only have a 3-up save. I'm sorry, one of your crisis suits. And the damage on that gun is 3 plus D3. So you just lose 1 more of your crisis suits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, shooting phases. Wait,
I think that was it. I think you've shot everything. Now it's just if you want to charge anything.
order, duty, on to death.
The duty on the death. Which one's that one? Oh, no, 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 no. You would have to be within 6-inch range of your corpse, unless you're trying to put it on one of your guardsmen.
Charge phase. The riders will charge at these fire warriors.
Alright, I'm gonna do the, for the greater good here.
Yes, yeah.
Alright.
You can only do that once at the turn, right?
Once of the turn, yes. So he can't do it again this turn.
Okay.
Alright, so you're gonna put everything into the riders? That's kind of the unit that needs to die the most, so that's probably what I would do.
Okay, yeah, okay, I'll do that then. Yeah, everything is the riders.
You're not likely to kill them, but I mean it's your best hope for damage at this point.
Yeah, I guess my other so if he charges, well, I guess he could choose not to charge with the other guardsman, right? Like he could keep
Yeah.
one guardsman on the objective.
The other thing is he could tag you, so he could, if he charged both of these guys and tagged you, you wouldn't be able to overwatch with your commander anyway because he'd be in combat. So as soon as you're in combat, you can't shoot. So it's better to try to just get all your shots off now because the riders have big enough bases, they can tag enough of your things. It would be a problem.
Okay, yeah, I'll just go for everything on the riders then.
Alright, so it's however you want to start. Probably might as well start with the crisis suit.
Yeah, let's go for it.
So you got your 4 missile pods.
Yeah.
And I don't know how long Cowing On lasts. Hold on. It's the end of that churn. Oh, that's weird wording. I have to look that up. Hold on. I don't know if you can reroll all or not. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
What's Cowing On? Someone's probably said this. Does Callion go through into Overwatch? No, it does not. Okay. So you do not get all the rerolls here.
Okay. So I'm rolling 4.
Yep. One hit so far, because you're hitting on 6s.
Okay.
And then you need a 3 to wound, I believe. So 1 wound, it's at AP1, so you have a 5-up save on the riders. Got
Yep.
fine. Alright. Then you have your air burst. So you have 1 air burst left, so you got D6 shots with the air burst.
Oops. 6 shots.
So you got 4 shots. Hitting on 6s.
Oops.
1 hit, and then wounding on a 4. No wound so far. Alright, so you might as well go to your commander next.
Yeah.
So might as well overcharge, no reason not to.
Yep.
So
That's
6 shots.
6 shots.
You do get your reroll once here, though.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's 3 hits, and you're wounding on 2s because these are strength 8.
Wow.
And you're wounding, rerolling 1s because of your stabilizer jets. So 3 wounds at AP1. So you can take these all at the same time. Need 5 ups.
Oh.
So make 1, fail 2.
Yeah.
You need to, same thing as we did last time, you gotta do these one at a time because they're D3 damage. So roll 1 of them. It is the big 3, so you need to roll 3 dice to see if you ignore these on 5s. No, so that guy who was on 2 wounds is dead, and then you have 1 more D3 to roll.
One
Oh,
wound
3
right.
again. Yeah, just 1, because the damage doesn't cross over. And then you roll your 5 to ignore again here, Siri.
Howard.
Oh no! Oh, that's unfortunate. All right. Then you have the missile pods.
Yeah.
So 2 shots.
So what's that? Yeah.
So much guns.
Nothing there. And
No.
then you just have your fire warriors. So,
Did I hit? So I have these fire warriors and the other one, right? This one here. Was the one shot already?
Oh, that's a good question. Were you, Syria, were you charging just the fire warriors or were you charging both?
Both, I think.
Okay, so then, yeah, you would get this 1 fire warrior too.
Beautiful. Okay. So that's 1, isn't it? That's 1 hit, 1 shot.
You actually might finally get your faction trait. Let's find out. It is, you can use the 6-inch gun because you're within 6 inches, and then you have, oh, it's a 5-inch range. Sorry, hold on. Yes, you're just in 5 inches. You have 2 shots hitting on 6s.
Okay.
And these would be at strength 6. Nope.
No.
And then the big squad's going to be the 10-inch profile. So that's going to be 4 guys, so 8 shots. Hitting on 6s.
6, no 6, no 6.
Oops.
1 6.
1 gold.
1 6.
And wounding on a 3, because you're strength 5 with the 10-inch profile. So wounds, it's AP1, it's only 1 damage though. So you need a 5-up save and then a 5-up to ignore if you fail it. So 5-up to ignore. Nope, so 1 guy takes a damage. So he's down to 2. Alright, that is All the Overwatch. You 2 guys did live. So now, the way you do a charge is you roll 2d6, and you just need to make sure that you, when you make that charge, you're within an inch. So you need about a 5, basically. Because you declared both, you have to make the charge of both of them.
Off.
Yes, you're definitely in. Hold on one moment. Sorry that. A friend is pregnant. So,
What?
congratulations to them.
What?
All right. So you're definitely in. You've made your charge. Do you want to charge anything else?
Charge anything else? Guardsman.
Sure. So same thing. Are you declaring? You probably don't want to try to declare the commander because you would have to go all the way around. So you probably just want to declare the front 2. And you just need to end in an inch, so you probably need about a 6 inches to get both. 8'll do it. And then the other squad, because you kind of blocked yourself off here, so it's actually probably better if you end this guy over here. Yeah, and then have this guy like right there. Now these guys can charge. I would still probably only charge the fire warriors with the squad. That means they only can attack the fire warriors, but you're not. You have a better chance of just charging the fire warriors and trying to charge both.
Okay, these 3 will
Or
charge. Yeah.
you could keep them there if you feel like you want the character protection still.
Nope. Charging.
Okay. Hail Mary.
I need another 6.
All right.
Okay, I got it.
I'm sorry about the dog. She's a psychopath. Yep, you're definitely in an inch, so you just make your charges. So the way fight phase works is pretty much all charges go first, unless you want to interrupt. Tower, terrible in combat. just the worst, so you probably don't even want to interrupt. I mean, you might do a wound or 2. It's probably not worth the interrupt, though.
Sure.
So you probably should just... I mean, guardsmen aren't much better in combat, but, you know... This is basically a slap fight at this point.
Yep.
So, it depends who you want to start with first. Here.
These 3 guardsmen attacking fire warriors.
Awesome. So, on your profile, you see under attack, that tells you how many attacks you have. So, each guy has 1 attack. And then a sergeant should have 2. And I believe a chainsword gives them 1 extra attack. And they should have a chainsword. For some reason, they doesn't say they have chainswords. So that should be
5 attacks.
6.
Oh, 6.
Yes.
Great.
No, sorry. No, you're right. 5. I apologize. And then you're hitting on 4s.
Oh. Okay, 3 goes.
Yeah, so 3 hits. And then their toughness 3, your strength 3, so you need 4s. Tickle fight.
Oh,
Hey, 2 wounds. There's no AP on these, so you just need to make 2 4-up saves with your fire warriors. Oh no!
Okay.
2 get slapped. So it's really just which ones you want to get rid of. You probably want to keep your Shasui alive.
Yeah. So it can be any of them. It doesn't matter that this one is far away or anything.
Nope, does not matter. You take any of them. You can't really take the riders out of combat. However, he's probably going to put all the riders into your commander anyway, so it doesn't give you fine.
These
Alright.
two will attack at this suit.
All right.
Three goals.
Yep. Fours
Go.
again. Hey!
Yay!
These guys are motivated. Let's see if they can wound, though. It is toughness 5, so you need 5s and 6s. One of them is...
Okay, one.
Hey, you have a 3-up save on him, so you just need to roll 3-up. He's okay.
Yeah.
Alright,
Death
now
Riders.
you have the Death Riders. They actually get a special roll when they charge. So when they charge, their lances get better. So they're actually going to have a strength of +2. So instead of strength 3, no, strength 4, you're going to have strength 7. Sorry, strength 5. So you're going to be strength 5. You're going to be AP 3 now, which is really good, and 2 damage each. So 1 is a Ride Master.
Attack.
So 3 attacks total, yep. And you're hitting on
Weapon skill
4s.
4+.
Again, weirds me out that they're better at shooting.
I think.
Alright, so 2
Okay,
hits.
2 go.
And then he is toughness 5, I think, so you need 4s.
4s?
Yes, because he's toughness 5, you're strength 5.
All right.
Alright, so 1 wound. Yeah, this is where your shield generator comes into play, because you have that shield generator. So even though it's AP 3, because of your invuln, you're going to take the save on your invuln save, so you need a 4-up. So
Yep.
he's fine. That's a being stuck in combat like this is a big problem. So now you get to punch back.
Okay.
So you get to decide who you want to start with first.
So I can hit anything with anything at this in this state, right?
It has to be
just
something
what's touching?
you're in combat with. So in combat's within an inch. So this guy can only really attack these 2 guardsmen.
Okay, so I guess I don't really have a choice for basically anything. So Fire Warriors have to hit these guardsmen. Crisis Commander has to hit these 2 Death
Your Fire
Riders.
Warriors, these 2 could hit the Death Riders if you wanted to. I would go for the guardsmen though, because you have a better chance of killing models.
Yeah, sure. I'll go for the guardsmen on the Fire Warriors then.
Alright, so Fire Warriors are way worse. So you have 3 attacks, and you hit on 5s.
Okay.
Okay, so nope, they gave up. So now you have your Crisis Suit. He's got 2 attacks that hit on 5s.
Here we got 1.
Oh, you got 1. You are Strength 5, so you only need a 3.
Go.
Hey! And there's no AP on this, so you just need your 5-up save for your guardsman. Nope. Alright, the thing we forgot all game. Because he died, you can now roll a 4-up, and he has potential to do another slap.
All right.
So does he do another slap?
Oh.
He does do another slap, so he only gets 1 attack. So you're gonna roll 1 attack for that guy who died.
Not good. Oh,
He
okay.
misses.
Never mind.
He tried. He tried to have a moment.
This dumb game, dumb dice.
Oh, we forgot about your 2 horsemen that died too, actually. So if you want to roll for them real quick, so we didn't forget it. So on 4-ups, so roll 2 dice on 4-ups. Your horsemen, when they did the charge, they can potentially shoot their pistols.
Okay, 2 shots.
First, you got to see if they actually shoot. So on the 4-up, they shoot. All right, so 1 guy shoots. So you got 1/1 last pistol. All right, you hit on the 3, so 1 hit, and then you need a. It'd be into the crisis suit commander, I'd assume. So you need a 5 or a 6. You do wound. You get a 3-up save, Cora, on your guy though. There's no
Okay.
Uh,
You do lose. You lose 1 wound to the last pistol, not the lances.
And it's the 4 key to.
2 and 3 on your.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Now your commander can spec the Ride Masters.
Yep. Okay.
Did you mean to put it on? Oh yeah. So you could kill a guy. It's technically possible. You got 4 attacks. You hit on 3s. It's not terrible. I don't think your stabilizer jets work in combat, though. No,
Okay.
they don't. So you're hitting on 3s, no rerolls.
4 attacks.
4 attacks. Okay. It could work out. You're a straight 5, so you need 3s. You got 3 wounds. You have your 4-up save on your riders. Oh no! They're 1 damage each. So you ignore them on 5s, though. So you still get your feel no pain.
Feel no pain.
Oh!
Shit.
You have 1 rider alive with 1 health.
1 rider. Oh.
That is very surprising.
This guy.
Who's got 1
Farsight, right?
No, that's his commander. Farsight actually has a really good sword.
That's stupid.
Yeah, that's end of turn. There is a few morales to do here, I think. The 2-man squad's fine. The 3-man squad's fine. Your guys did lose 3, so you actually would fail morale on a 5 or a 6 for your riders.
Let's go.
Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid.
I really hope you don't lose a rider. Oh no!
Command point.
Oh, I have to actually double check if you can reroll morale. Hold on. They changed the rerolls. Oh man, that's gonna be so bad. Oh man.
I can use my CT, right?
The command reroll stratagem has specific wording of what you can reroll and can't. So let me just double check. You cannot reroll. Hold on.
Yes.
A hit roll, a wound roll, damage roll, saving throw, advance roll, charge roll, psychic test, and either witch test. Or you have rolled the dice to determine the number of attacks made by weapon. Yes, you cannot reroll a morale test.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
That was really bad.
I'm really.
Oh no. Oh, that was a surprise. I mean, the good news is you're still way ahead on the primaries, so there is that.
Yeah.
But you are probably about to lose your warlord here.
Okay, so does anything change because I'm in, like, these guys are in, like, a combat thing at the moment? Like, what, how...
So, fallbacks. The way fallbacks work, you can't advance when you fall back. You can't shoot when you fall back.
Okay.
And I cannot... you already declared Monka, so I don't believe you... I'm sorry, Callion, so you can't declare Monka. So really, the only one who's out of combat now is your commander. You can fall these guys back. It's probably not worth it.
Sure. So when it gets to the fight phase, then, like, these guys attack these guardsmen, and then...
Yeah, hope they kill a few. He gets to declare first, though, so it's a little bit tricky. What you can do is try to move your commander over, because he has fly, so you can ignore these models.
Mm-hmm.
Try to kill his warlord, and then charge into the guardsmen and hope you kill him. That's probably your play.
I can charge from behind?
Yes, because he's no longer in combat. So you don't... Charge isn't like one direction. It's charge, it just means you're charging into a unit. It doesn't matter.
Wait, how many wounds is Warlord? Oh, his Warlord has 4. Okay.
He has
I think
4.
this Fire Warrior is around 2. I guess I don't really want to move him. Oh, wait. Do I get a point for
Yes.
it? No.
You do. You get hold... you amazingly, that guy lived, and you hold 1.
Beautiful. Okay. Okay, so...
That is probably the only thing you can really do is keep these guys in combat, move your commander here, try to kill the warlord, and charge the guardsmen.
I fail charge. Like, if I fail charge, I die to this rapier, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. You could live because you have the 4-up invuln. You're in the twilight hours of 40k in the late game. You're kind of just gonna start making risky plays because that's all you can do. You
Yeah.
kind of have to at this point because you're so behind on the points, and you can't kill the sentinel.
Okay. So how far do I have to be to initiate charge? Like, can I
12
put
inches. So you could be outside 1 inch and basically guarantee it. The big thing is you want to make sure that Death Corps Marshal is the closest model, even though he's not protected. Actually,
so I have
no.
to be...
You could still actually shoot him from there because it's not protected. So yeah, you could totally just move over, be outside of 1 inch, shoot everything into the marshal, and then charge the guardsman.
Okay. And I think I just want to be careful that I'm not in line of sight of the... I think there is no way to avoid that, right?
It'll be very hard to avoid it because he can just move, and there's that little hole in the wall. But that's okay.
So,
it's worth the risk at this point, I guess.
So is here enough to...
Yep, that'd probably be enough.
Okay.
You just need to be outside 1 inch. So, like, yeah, that'd be perfect. And a lot of Warhammer is played, like, on the idea of intent. So if you're just like, I intend to be outside 1 inch, your opponent will usually be like, okay.
Okay, cool. I guess this fire warrior can stay here. Sorry, I'm in movement phase, aren't I?
Yeah.
And that's all I can really do.
That's pretty much it. There's only one thing shooting, which is your warlord. And I mean, he could split fire. I don't think you want to do that.
Oh wait, sorry. Can my fire warrior not hit that guy?
He could. You're just definitely not killing it.
Oh, I think it's worth a shot anyway. We'll just do it anyway.
Yeah.
So that's... What is that? That's one... No, two...
2 shots, yep. You just only had
shots.
strength 4.
Hitting on 4.
Ooh.
No.
Nope. And now we go for the crisis suit. So I think I'm just gonna... he has 4 wounds, right? Yeah. So...
I mean, it depends how ballsy you're feeling.
Yeah.
You could put like...
I think it is pretty...
You could put like both Cyclops into his warlord and then fire the missile pod at the rapier.
Is this the last turn? We have another turn after this, though, right?
You have 2 more turns. This is only turn 3, I believe.
So could I theoretically just go all out on the rapier and then kill the warlord next turn? I guess my problem is...
He could. His warlord actually isn't terrible in combat, though. He's got about strength 5, AP 4, D3 damage, and he's got...
So if I get charged by him, I'm in trouble.
You're potentially in trouble. And if you get charged by him, you can't fall back and shoot. So you'll be in a situation where if he just keeps recharging you and he has enough to do that, you're just not going to be able to shoot the rest of the game.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll kill the warlord then. We'll go all in on the warlord.
Okay. And he has a 5-up invuln, so this might not work either. So we'll see.
Yeah. So we have 2 shots on the missile pod.
Yep, 2 missile pod shots. You're hitting on 2s though, so hopefully this goes in your favor.
Yeah, I hope so.
Alright, 2 hits. He's only toughness 3, so you are wounding on 2s. So it's 2 wounds. Cool. You have your 5-up invuln, Sirius, so you could potentially shrug 1 on a 5-up. Nope. It's D3 damage each. Do you want to reroll 1 at this point, Siri, or what are you thinking?
Reroll 1.
Yeah, at this point I would too. So try to reroll it. No. Alright, so 2d3 damage, so you're going to roll both of those dice, and we turn them into d3s. He is alive on 1 wound. That is a total of 3 damage.
Yeah.
I'm in trouble.
So now there's 6
Cyclone.
Cyclic
Yeah. You're rerolling 1s because of your stabilizer jets.
Wonderful. Oh.
And it's... Okay. I'm assuming you overcharge, so it's 2s to wound.
2s to wound?
Mm-hmm.
And it's 3 up, right?
You're at 2s to wound because you are strength 8.
Sorry, I mean, how many hits did I get?
Oh, all of them. 6.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You can reroll 1 for yourself. Alright. Can you make 6 5s ups? If you can,
Maybe.
it'll be the best dice rolling I've ever seen.
This game, it could happen though.
It could. No.
No. That, okay.
He evaporated. And then it's just charge phase.
All right. Charging these guardsmen. And what do I need? I do just need to roll. Well,
So-
it's with.
There is something to think about here. You only have 4
Okay.
attacks. You're strength 5. You're hitting on 3s. You don't get rerolls. There is potential you don't kill that squad. If you don't kill that squad, because you can do what's called a pile-in move, which means you can move again, and then you can do a consolidate, which makes you move to the nearest enemy model, which actually is going to be this. If you charge them, you're off the objective, because you're going to be outside range. If you can't get back on the objective, he scores another 15 points.
Okay.
So you either have to choose to stay there,
Yeah.
risk the rapier, or you hope that you can score 15 in turn 4 and turn 5. If you can't, you pretty much lost. I don't think there's a way to catch up at that point. I could not tell you what the right decision is at this point because
I need this objective to not lose essentially.
you risk a lot by not having that objective because you'd be down another. He would get another 15 points next turn, so that would put him up to 50 points, whereas you'd still only be at 20 points at the beginning of turn 4. You would get 6 points for Slay the Warlord too, so actually you'd be down a little bit less than that.
It was only 6 for Slay the Warlord, was it?
Yeah, Slay the Warlord's only 6 points.
Ah, I thought it was 10. Okay. Damn.
It's a very tricky one. I honestly don't know. Because if the rapier gets lucky, then yeah, you just lose your crisis. Which, if he kills your commander, then there isn't a way for you to come back.
No. How many shots does that get? It's just 3, right? 3. It's 3, but it's D3 damage, isn't it?
It's D3 plus 3, which means if he gets a single wound through, your commander's dead.
I'm gonna charge, I think.
Okay. I don't know what the right answer is here. It's all dice rolls now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you can't really fail the charge. You can roll for distance to see if you want to get further away and just try to hide a turn. You can totally do that.
Sorry, just try to hide a turn?
Yeah, so like if you wanted, so you jumped over to kill him, what you could do is charge, and because you have fly, you can ignore the model still and jump back over
Oh.
and try to get there.
Okay, sorry, I'll move back then.
Yep.
Roll.
You would
It's
need
one.
like at least a 5. Okay. Actually, a 4 would do it. One more
Nope.
dice. 2d6.
Oh,
So yeah, you automatically get to where you want to be because you already rolled a 3.
sweet. So I can put him here?
Yep. Just make sure you're not on the other base and make sure you're within an inch. So yeah, you have to be like right in there. And that gives you some attacks first because he gets to attack after that. There you go. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, you should be good there. Alright, so you get your 4 attacks. And then
So how does this work? So I attack first with my...
your chargers attack first, and then he gets to activate a unit because nothing
it.
else charged.
I get 4 attacks, was it?
4 attacks.
Wow, okay.
And you're hitting on 3s with no rerolls. So you hit with everything. And you're
Yep.
wounding on 3s because you're strength 5. But no rerolls. Alright, so you get 2 wounds through. These are on your 5-up saves area. So you lose 1 guard.
Throw.
Now,
But-
this is up to you, Syria. Do you have command points left? I actually haven't checked.
No, I don't have any, but I still got the duty onto death, right?
Not with your commander dead. But it doesn't matter because you guys can attack anyway because you're already in combat. Oh! But you, on a 4-up, you do have a chance to fight back. Sorry. So you do get that. So that's your chapter trait. So see if he gets to do a punch. He does get to do a punch. He does a hit. Doesn't hit though. But then you have your 4 attacks for your 2 guys. Because you would, I would assume you activate them first to try to kill those fire warriors.
Okay, please.
Oh, not the roll you wanted to see. To get 1 hit, and you need a 4 to wound. Oh
Christ.
no! So then you get to activate a unit, Cora.
I don't get to use my commander again, do I?
No, it's only things that have not fought yet.
I'll go for my crisis suit then, I think, against
Okay.
this sergeant.
Sounds good.
So what do I get?
Oh,
I
just
get
has
2
the background
attacks.
stuff working. Okay. Yes. 2 attacks, I think, on 5s.
Oops.
So 1 hit, and then you need a 3 to wound. So it's the background went off. I figure out why that happened. 1 wound.
Cool. This guy's dead, right? Unless he rolls a 5, yeah.
Yeah, you just need the 5 up save. I say
I roll
just.
6.
He's fine. He's still alive.
Oh.
And then you have your 2 attacks from your fire warriors into those guardsmen. Yeah, the animated background stats.
It's
1 hit. What's it hit on? It's on 3s, right? Oh, no, 4s?
It is on 5s. You hit on 5s.
Okay.
Alright, no hits.
my turn.
Yeah, so that's your turn. Which actually, those guardsmen living kind of helps you a lot. So it goes to you. You still hold 2, which is a big deal. So you get 10 points.
There was no morale to deal with, was there? That?
Nope, nothing died. Not enough things died, realistically. Alright, thanks guys. I'll try to figure out why the transition sounds busted too. That's weird.
Nothing to do here. Movement. I will move this. Yeah, I probably can shoot at that crisis. Maybe.
So the thing is, you have to get the guys out of combat first because you can't shoot at something in combat. So you could either fall those guys back, and then try to shoot at the crisis suit, or you actually only need to fall back the sergeant. So you can fall the sergeant back, and then this crisis suit wouldn't be in combat.
Okay,
he's
full
outside
back.
range. So yeah, you'll have him fall back, and you can actually fall back towards the objective. So yeah, something he has to get rid of next turn.
5, right?
Yep. It's your full movement actually, so you can move the full 6 inches. And then you definitely can target the crisis suit. And then probably, yeah, just keep your sentinel back. I'm assuming you're supposed to be holding the objective. I think you're a little bit further than you're supposed to. Oh, no, you're good. Yeah, you're perfect. Alright. So, yeah.
Sentinel will attack at fire warriors.
Alright, so 3 shots towards the fire warrior. Can that
Die
sentinel
already.
finally kill him? Can it happen?
Die already.
3 hits! Two's the wound. Oh!
1 wound, 1 wound, 1 wound.
It's a 3-up save because of light cover. Is this guy live still? He's still alive. He's still alive.
I hate him. I hate him.
How is he still alive?
MVP.
Yes, and then you have your laser destroyer, and actually you have your pistol here. Your sergeant can fire his pistol in combat.
Oh, pistol first?
It would be this guy has to either be into the fire warriors or the commander. Only the things that you're in combat with. This guy couldn't shoot because he fell back.
To the general commander.
I would actually say you probably want to kill the fire warriors. Because even though the commander is more likely to kill you, you're more likely to kill both the fire warriors, and the less thing he has to take objectives, the better place you are. You're pretty much trying to limit his ability to take primaries at this point.
You got a point. Okay, then fire warriors. One roll.
Yep, just needs a 4-up. You hit. It's a 2 because it's strength 7. And it's AP 3, so one fire warrior just gets killed.
I do not get a save.
You have a 4-up save base because the weapon's AP 3. It goes over what you can roll on a D6.
Okay. Wait, which one? Oh yeah, get rid of this guy then.
Mm-hmm. Which will help you a little bit. Takes you out of combat, but
Yep.
Warrior to the crisis. Reroll.
Yeah. So now you have your rapier into the crisis. Can you do it?
I have one command point, right?
You do, yes, because it's been the command phase passed by. Yeah.
2 goals.
All right. 2's the wound. You just need 1 to get through, and you kill it. You got him?
Reroll this one.
You don't need to. You got him. There's no drums left to take the
okay.
damage. And because it's AP 4, he can't make a save because he only has a 3-up save. And then it does 3 plus D3 damage. He only has 3 wounds, so it automatically kills him. So that crisis suit is dead. Very thin on the ground for both forces here. All right. So this is the big deal. He gets to activate his commander first because nothing charged. So you need to kill those guardsmen basically. You need those guardsmen to die.
So I have 4 attacks, I think.
4 attacks onto the guardsmen. Yep.
Right phase. I'm going first, right?
He goes first because you didn't have any chargers this turn. So the way it works is chargers, then opponent activates. So you got 4 hits. And you need 3's a wound. Oh no! I would say you have to use a reroll. Yeah, you have to here. Alright, so 2 wounds. You do have your 5-up save, Syria. Although you have a reroll too.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yes!
Hero!
They can make it.
Hero Guardsman! That's such a big deal. That's so wild. I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a turn. Fire Warriors are now out of combat because the guy he removed was the guy within an inch.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, he would be in combat because you're still within an inch here. So you do. You would actually get to activate the Guardsman first. It alternates. So you can do your Guardsman now.
Okay, 4 attacks.
Yeah, and so this is where we can talk about pile-in movements. You can actually move your guy a little bit closer towards the nearest model. And it just kind of helps shoehorn in. You have to be within an inch of an inch to get an attack in. So, sorry, you have to be within half an inch of a model within an inch. So, if you want both these guys to attack, you need to move that guy there if you want to try to hit the Fire Warrior.
That'll kill that guy.
Alright, so you're going to put 4 attacks into him?
Yep, fire warriors. Die! 3 goes.
3 hits. 4 is the wound.
Oh.
2 wounds. You got 4-up saves.
Oh shit.
What is happening? Nothing's dying. Alright, well, your Shasui gets to attack 2 times, I think, right? Yeah,
Yep.
He's got 2 attacks back. Maybe he can do it. He hits on 5s, but, it's worth a shot. 1 hit.
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
no. Oh my gosh. I can't handle it.
No moral saves.
Yeah, still no
Return.
morale here. Yeah.
I'm still holding this guy.
Yeah. You don't have much you can do here because you can't fall back and shoot. And both your guys are in combat there. You could try to fall these guys back. You do get 5 points for holding one.
5 points for what, sorry?
Holding one. At the beginning of your turn, you hold one objective
Yep.
here. The big problem is these 3 dudes.
Is there something, maybe, well, let me pull up the range for this thing. Is there a way I can move this fire warrior to take a pot shot at the sergeant, potentially?
Yes, you could totally do that. You risk a worse save against the sentinel.
Because I'm not in cover anymore.
Yeah.
I think it's probably worth a shot anyway, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe
you could
option.
actually probably touch right there and say you're touching the runes and you would get the save there. So yeah, you actually could still get that save. Oh, so like right here.
Yeah.
And say you're touching the runes. The big problem is this.
What, sorry?
These two. I don't know what the better plan is. You could.
Can I shoot the sergeant and then charge? Is that possible or not?
No, not while you're in combat. So you can't fall
Right,
back.
I mean, can I use this fire warrior to shoot the sergeant?
You could,
and
and then charge. That's totally a thing you could do. You could shoot the fire warrior and then try to charge these guys. That's something you could try to do.
I think though my commander has 4 hits anyway, and my Chaswi has 2. I think I'm probably fine in terms of killing them in the fight phase, right?
It's more so the objective problem at this point. 'Cause
Yeah.
you need to be on this objective. What you could do is try to kill him with him and move your commander here. And that's a
fallback, right?
Yes, as a fallback. You wouldn't be able to do anything else with him, but at least then you're contesting. He's not going to get another 15 points next turn. If you can kill him.
Oh, but I need to move first, don't I? Yeah. Okay.
So that is the best bet you have, is moving there.
Let's do it.
Feel the might of the righteous.
Thank you for following. Keeping that guy here. And then just make sure he's not within an inch, so you just back him up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And hope you make your saves against the rapier.
Yeah.
If you can do all that, and this guy doesn't die, then you're okay.
Okay, right. So shooting phase. This guy is the only guy who can shoot, so he shoots this sergeant.
Yep, 2 shots. The other thing you could do is fall back with both of these guys and go back there, but I don't know if it's worth it.
No, it's fine.
So he gets 1 hit, and you need a 3 to wound.
Please.
Oops.
Yes!
Oh, wait. Can I command point reroll?
You can, yeah. You kind of have to at this point. All right, you get
Yes.
2 wound. So make sure you have not used many command points.
No.
All right.
5 to save. Yes.
Oh,
Oh, that actually I think just won the game for him. I don't think there's
Yeah.
a way out.
no.
That's a big deal. Oh, that was wow. Okay, well we can see what happens, I guess. But yeah, I don't think there's a way to recover point wise. All right. There's no. You can charge now if you want to try to charge him into the sergeants. You wouldn't be on
let's
any
go for it.
objectives, but the way it works is the end of turn 5 is when second player scores. So that's actually probably worth it.
Yep. So I'm rolling for charge.
Yep, for this guy into these 2. 1 more dice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a 9 should definitely get you into these 2 guys. Alright, he does. That is only your fire warrior though, so he only has 1 attack.
Yeah.
So he hits first. He's got 1 attack into those 2.
Let's go for the 6.
He hits.
I'll do.
4 to wound.
Damn.
You got the CP. You might as well.
Oh, can I do it multiple times a turn?
Yes, it's just only once per phase.
Ah, sweet.
No. No. Well, the greater good has abandoned you.
Yeah.
I said no today. Alright, so you get to attack back now with your guardsmen. You got 4 attacks.
Okay. Oh wait.
Yeah, don't roll a guardsman.
What?
uh,
Okay, 2 goals.
Yeah, 2 hits. 4 is the wound.
Let's go.
2
Yes.
wounds.
Oh wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. How is this being split? We should have done that. Are you doing both into the Shasui or both into the Fire Warrior?
I will consider this all attacks to 1, but I didn't choose them.
You would, realistically, you would do the Shasui because the Shasui has a chance to attack you. That would make the most sense.
Yep.
So, 2 saves on the Shasui, you have 4 ups.
Go.
No,
No.
he's finally dead. Alright, wow. That
No mercy, no respite!
is another 15 points for the krieg, which there's not much left on this table.
Krieg.
Yeah, you have a few plasma pistols. You don't really need to move anywhere.
It's my turn.
Yeah, it's your turn. Final turn. Round 5.
Movement. And nothing to move. Psychic? Nope. Shooting?
Oh, I
Yes.
need to move that too.
Okay, let's see. Destroyers can beat him. Right. 3 rolls for 2 hits. Let's go. Oh, I will use my command points.
Okay.
Oh, never mind.
All right.
One
So
goes.
1 hit, and then you need a 2 to wound still because you're strength 10.
Yep.
So 1 wound. You do have your 4 up invuln on the commander, so you can take your invulnerable save on him. So you just need to roll 4 up, and you basically need to make the save. You need the save real bad. Okay,
Yes.
so I would spend the CP to reroll it. Yeah. Okay, he's okay. I think we've just went through all your CP. Are you down to 1 or 2 now?
I think I'm down to 2.
Okay. Alright. You got plasma pistols into the warrior if you want to do that, and you have the plasma pistol for the sergeant on the objective.
Also, okay, first shoot at this final fire warrior.
Yep. Are you overcharging or no?
Nope.
Okay, that makes sense. You hit.
Hit.
2 the wound. 2 the kill, really. You don't kill him? He's alive.
I can't reroll, right?
Yeah, because you've already used 1 this phase.
Okay, so this guy.
What is
shoot
going
at-
on? Yeah,
Shoot at commander.
that makes sense.
No overcharge. Nope. Okay, what can I do?
That's pretty much it. You could try to charge the commander. If you charge him, you risk that he's just going to die in Overwatch. But if you tag him again, then that is absolutely game. Or you could say, just decide not to charge him, and just make him something that he has to target in his turn.
Not gonna charge. Okay, just fight.
All right. So he activates his Fire Warrior first, so you get 1 attack with your Fire Warrior. Nope. All right. The guardsmen back. Those guardsmen have been just so good. Those 2 dudes need a promotion so badly.
My faith is my shield!
2 goes.
Yeah.
Please die. Die already.
All right. 1
One
wound.
go.
4 up save. Let's.
This guy's a trooper.
Oh my god. Okay.
This guy is a cat, 100%.
That guy needs to be upgraded to a fire cadre, and the Those guardsmen need to be veterans or scions now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's your turn. You don't. Primaries are not scored until the end of turn 5 for second player. It's a way to give second
All
turn
right.
a little bit of.
I think this is just an ultimate turn. So I think I might need to just move my commander like here.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way for you to actually hold enough objectives at this point. Because you would need to hold 15, and I just don't think that's possible.
Can I potentially kill these two though? Could I potentially kill the rapier and the sentinel?
You could.
And the sergeant. And the sergeant.
If you fall this guy back, I think that should be within 3 inches. Yes, so you can follow this guy back here, and you're holding that objective.
And then kill these 3. I might have a chance, right?
You don't need to kill this guy. You
Which guy?
just need these two. You just need to kill this guy and the rapier, because then you're holding more by holding 2 objectives.
The sentinel and the rapier?
Yes. Not even the sentinel. You just need to kill the sergeant behind you and the rapier.
Oh, let's do it. Okay, right. So we'll fall back the fire warrior.
Yeah,
so we can move 6, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't.
Just, I think it has to be like straight back in order for you to be holding the objective. Oh no, you're good. You're good there.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
you don't really need to move the commander. He just needs to not whiff. That's it.
Yeah. There's some debuff from dense cover, right?
No.
Something.
You wouldn't fire at the sentinel. You just need to fire at the sergeant and the rapier.
Yeah, of course.
The question is, what are you going to fire?
Yeah. Okay, so we'll move to
You
shooting
probably
phase.
want to ion blaster the rapier and then missile launcher the sergeant. I guess that's that's what I would do. Oh, because we forgot your warlord trait all game. Why don't you declare that you're gonna do? Oh God, what is it called? Your warlord trait is.
Oh yeah, damn.
Oh, I forgot the name of it. Basically, you pick a target and you guys have better AP against that target on the roll of a 6 to wound.
I think that's the rapier then, isn't it? We're going on.
Yeah, so put through Unity on Devastation is gonna go with rapier, and then it's only on wound rolls of 6s, but it's worth a shot. And then yeah.
Okay. I don't need to roll to like activate or anything. It just happens when I wound
Just
roll.
happens. Yep, just happens when you win. So now,
Okay,
whatever you want to fire first.
So I think it's missile pod on the sergeant, and everything else is on the rapier. I think.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Overcharging ion blasters. So that's 6 shots.
Yep.
On the rapier.
Yep. So 6 dice.
Live. You need to live.
Hitting on 2s.
Just save your life. Just this one moment.
Rerolling 1s because of your stabilizer jets. And then you're wounding on 3s because he's toughness 5. Rerolling 1s for yourself. Alright, so the 6, so you need to make 5 saves that are going to be on a 4-up for your rapier, and then you're going to have 1 save of a 5-up.
Okay. 1 and 5, right?
Yeah, so 1 save of a 5-up and 4 saves of a...
Nope.
So 5-up fails, and then 5 saves of a 4-up. Sorry.
Let's go.
Alright. You have saved just enough that if he rolls a 111, your rapier will live. so now you need to roll 3d6 damage.
Oh, can I use DP?
You can use the CP to see if you save one, yes.
Please. Oh, wait. Oh,
You save it. So now you have 2d3 damage. You need to roll at least a 3 and a 1, or a 2 and a 2. It should happen. 2.
I roll. I roll 2.
2, yes. Oh my god. This is stressful. Alright, well you have a CP, so you should probably reroll the 1.
Reroll the 1.
yes!
Oh my god, what is this game?
Okay, sergeant's out.
Well...
Wait, I was rolling.
That was for the rapier.
Wounds, right?
That was for the rapier.
Yeah. The sergeant we haven't rolled for yet. The sergeant could still live, technically.
Right? What?
Yeah. So 2 missile launchers into the sergeant.
That's 2d6.
At this point, it's just Tower Revenge. That's what you're
Yeah.
rolling for at this point. Reroll the 1. You have rolled really low this game.
Yeah. So that hits one, right?
And then, 2 hits, and then you need 2's wound.
2 hits. Choose to wound.
And, reroll 1s for yourself. Okay, so 2 wounds at AP1. So you have 2 6-up saves on that sergeant. If that sergeant lives. Okay, good. Okay. So you at least score 10 points.
Yeah.
You could, like, Hail Mary it and try to charge the rapier. Then take that objective.
Yeah, might as well.
So you need a 10 on the charge. Actually, you need a 9. So it's doable. You have, what, 1 CP left?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's right. Alright, you can spend a CP to reroll a charge. You can reroll. It's both dice when you do a charge.
Excellent. Alright.
Yeah. Just under.
Yes, 8. You can't make it.
Oh my gosh. What a game. That was unbelievable. So you do finish. You do get 10 points on the end of your turn.
Yeah.
It's not enough originally.
I do Overwatch.
You could have if you had the CP.
I have CP, right?
Oh, actually, I think you just max primaries. Only 15, 30, 40. Oh, yeah, I give you 1 extra point because you only ever have 45 points for primaries. So it looks like, in the end, you can Overwatch if you want, just for giggles.
Okay, let's shoot.
Yeah, it costs 1 CP. You still hit on 6s, so you need 6s.
Does it?
There's
Okay,
1
let's
hit,
go.
2 to wound. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 4-up save. Please roll your 4-up save. Yo,
Yeah.
your commander's dead. Yo. He
I
only,
won.
he only scored 5 points instead of 10. Oh my god.
I think you got Slay the Warlord as well, right?
He did.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Alright, so final tally is 36 to 61. Oh man, that was a wild game to watch. Just incredible. Great game. Both played it
Right.
pretty well. I don't like that. That's 40k. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like working on memorizing the wound table, I say, is what you want to work for your next steps. Wound table and army rolls.
Yeah.
This is why I like Craig.
Yeah, Krieg is awesome. Krieg are great. Death Riders are amazing. You would probably just take more Riders over the Sentinels because they just are so tanky. And there's actually, I don't know if you saw it, but there is a, let me go to ending. Sorry guys, here's Rider. There you go. There are Command Squad Riders. I don't know what. And they're like slightly better than the normal Riders, and you can have both. So it's pretty fun. Yeah, the list I went against had like 35 or 40 Riders.
Wow.
It was wild. It was such a cool list. Tal's a hard one. It really is. You got close.
Yeah.
I would probably make a slight. I'm probably gonna do a slight change of the list one more time, which is give the stop using Farsight because it hasn't worked at all, and probably give you fusion blades, just to give it like a little bit more melee punch. So there's like a little bit of counteracting in the melee in the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the struggle with Tower right now is they don't really have a melee unit, and as soon as something charges them, it's just like so hard to recover. It's so hard.
I think like honestly my biggest issue was like at the beginning losing so many to that rapier.
Yeah, that was a really good roll right here too.
I think if I not like I didn't realize like how good it was
Yeah.
that if I put my warriors here they just die.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a big mistake I think. But yeah.
Having more of
Yeah.
them definitely would have helped a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it possible on this list to have more shield drones? Is that
there is a thought process that you could probably just take out one warrior squad and put 2 more shield drones in.
right?
If you want to play this list, I would say probably probably go to Tau because they overwatch on 5 and 6s, or go to there's one that like increases your range by 3 inches for rapid fire weapons and heavy weapons, which is pretty good. Yeah. Or go to and then probably take a Commander Fusion Blade so you have that combat. And Fusion is, I haven't run Fusion in this because Fusion guns are really, really good. They're strength 8, there might be more than that, AP4 D6 damage, and they have like a roll 2 dice and pick the highest for your damage rolls.
Cool.
And the Fusion Blades have that same profile, but you only get 2 attacks with them in combat.
Right.
Yeah, it's hard right now. Tau's in the hard place. It's hard to figure out how to make them like super good.
Yeah.
Some of it was just like dice rolls. Like he saved both his dudes while 2 6-up rolls in combat, and there's not much you can do about that.
Yeah.
I wonder why you put your men all here.
I don't think the deployment was wrong. I think putting them there was fine. Trying to keep them away from your rapier was like the fact that you could just fire a rapier and you would just lose a crisis suit is so good.
Yeah.
That's so strong.
That's
yeah.
why that's their purpose. Kill those big guys.
Yes, they kill big guys really well. Krieg is awesome. If you really like those rapiers, though, there is a way to give them rerolls. I don't know if take commanders can do it, but there is a way to even make them beefier.
Wow.
Yeah, there's some wild stuff when you start list building and like really figuring out your rules and your rules for your army. I would say core rule, guys. You guys are like super ready to just keep playing more like 500-point games. It's just knowing your stat lines and stuff that you want to know next.
Yeah. It's just that like table of like how many to roll, how many to hit on, and all that kind of stuff. I'm not quite sure of yet.
Yeah, you'll get it though. It's easier when you build the list. Tal's also a weird one where like you can have like 3 or 4 guns on a crisis suit and like 3 or 4 guns on a commander. So knowing how many guns are on your commander when you're building the list helps because you know from straight out how much is on them.
Yeah.
But yeah. List building helps you know those stat lines a lot more.
Yeah. Cool.
Also crazy at guns. I almost lose.
They're
which is crazy. I didn't expect you could do that.
Yeah, Tau shooting's great. Tau shooting should probably be better considering it's all they can do. Like, there is a way to make a Cold Star. Cold Star commanders are kind of what people usually go for Tau, and Cold Star have a special rule of when they advance, they go an extra 20-inch movement. So what? You just kind of pop them wherever you want and then blow something up.
Right.
The struggle just comes like they just don't have an answer to those melee threats in the game right now, and the Overwatch isn't enough. And you unfortunately, I hate to say it, but like people are salty people, and they don't like how the Overwatch for Tau works. The fact that it's just free for the whole army has a really negative stigma behind it.
Yeah.
But I think there's some really cool, fun ways to play Tau. It's just you're really gonna have to experiment. And unfortunately, I'm not knowledgeable enough. Having the stratagems helps a lot. Being able to use marker lights easier too, because you had marker lights on your fire warriors, but we didn't use them all game just because like they didn't last long enough.
I wonder where does marker lights go?
So the way marker lights basically work is they kind of make something easier to hit. It's like there's a whole table for it. The problem with marker lights is like You're ballistic skill 4, so you're relying on first hitting with marker light, and then hitting with enough marker lights, and that could be really hard when you don't have enough of them in the list, and you're basically paying 4 marker lights on units that you need to be paying to do damage, which can be really tough. There are some lists that just basically are like, I'm not going to try to make marker lights work at all. Farsight used to have a list. It doesn't work as well in 9th anymore because of the way detachments work, where you just had like 6 commanders.
Yeah.
You just relied on the 2-up shooting, so you didn't have to worry about everything else. But now you start at like 4 CP if you try to make that work. And a 2,000 point game, you start with 12 CP normally, so it's a bit rough.
Yeah.
We are struggling to make a list for Tau that's like going to do well. I was hoping this was enough, and I think damage-wise it kind of was.
Yeah.
You killed a lot. It just wasn't enough, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think it was a lot. Like, it was obviously there's RNG. I think probably, like, you know, if RNG was a bit more on my side, it probably would have been better. And knowing about that rule where you what is it, the commander rule where you can designate a thing and say you...
Yeah, your warlord trait. Yeah, that helps a lot too.
There's a lot of that sort of stuff that I just didn't know and didn't use, so that might have helped too. But yeah.
Yeah, forgetting about the guards' ability to shoot when they died, forgetting about the warlord trait, that's definitely hard.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Yeah. But thanks for joining us, guys. Thank you, Syria, for picking up the game at the last minute.
Oh.
That helped a lot. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. All right. Plugs as usual, guys. There is a stream right after this one. Another 40k tutelage. I believe that is actually in 20 minutes. That is going to be with our stranger, who I don't know if he's streamed yet. So I think that's going to be one of his first. He might have done one yesterday. And then, if you ever want to see me, I'm at Twitch TV /Grandalf_TS. You think I'd be good at this by now. If you like what you see on the community, please join the Discord on TTS Warhammer 40k, and also make sure you follow the YouTube videos. For you guys, we went through the battle scribe real quick. There is actually a tutorial for it if you on the YouTube channel on how to do the battle scribe if you need a little bit of help with that. Reddit too. There is a Reddit at 40k, reddit.com/TTS Warhammer 40k. There's also a Patreon if you guys ever want to support what the community's doing, if you want to support more events. So thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it, and you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.